nice.
Yeah.
We just went live on our social media sites, so we're up and running there. Then we go live on the radio here in about 30 seconds or so, here on Talk Radio 1190, the KFXR out of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, iHeartMedia Network station, to be heard all over the world. The famous Maddie Gomez sharing her voice and her talent nationwide. How about that? No, global. You know, you're global. You know that, right?
Global?
Global. People can download.
Wow.
They can download the iHeartMedia app anywhere.
Welcome to the AutomotiveEdge.com Stadium. It's the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out, man on third, and Team Consumers are behind by 1 run. At the plate for the Consumers is Kurt Chase. The count is full. Joe Bag on the mound, waiting for the side. He goes to the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a long fly ball. Hit deep in the left center field. It's going. 2-run homer. Another great walk-off win for Team Consumer by Kurt Chase at the AutomotiveEdge.com.
Well, top of the morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, the show that helps you with all your automotive needs. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, we are here to help. Everybody doesn't have to be on the bubble anymore. Don't have to worry about who's going to be the president and the direction this country is going to go. And the dealers now are excited. They're happy. Even the ones out in California that are having to deal with the wackadoodaloo governor. Things are going to be very, very promising and looking good. The feds came in. He was at SMU, I believe, the other day, the head of the Federal Reserve, talking about where he was going to go with interest rates. And he said, based on this next report, there could be a couple more cuts before the end of the year, which would be good for everybody, because when the rates come down, people can borrow money cheaper. And when they're borrowing money, the cycle starts. And, January 20th, they're going to open up that pipeline coming out of Canada and drill, baby, drill. And we're going to see so many changes coming very, very quickly, which is a big benefit to you, the consumer. Because right now, I have well over 130, 40 people that have contacted me. They're all on the bubble buying an automobile. They were curious who the president was going to be, the direction of government they felt was going to go in. Did they need to keep their money tight to the chest and not spend it? What were they going to do? And now they know good things are on the horizon. Joining me, as always, the great one, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Will Carver.
Back.
What are you doing? You going to hang out with Michael Jordan today or what? You look like you're Jordaned up.
Yeah, well, it matched my shirt.
That hat looks familiar.
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Yeah.
It's
a good-looking hat.
It is a good-looking hat.
Man,
and I'm a Michael Jordan fan.
Can I have it back?
If you'd like to have it back, you can have it back. I'll spray it down for you and clean it up. Get all my, lice out of it. But what a great morning. It's going to be a great day today. Now, Monday might change around here, but I think the next couple of days. Are you liking these cool mornings?
I'm in shorts, brother. I was out there walking out to you in a pair of shorts and t-shirts.
I know you like this, and I don't mind it either.
Yeah,
this is not bad to me.
The only thing I like is the blistering wind when it's really cold.
That's
you got that crosswind going, and it just
your
nose starts running, and
the thing,
you get cold.
Well, you said it right. It's the wind around here that'll kill you. Even if it gets crispy and down into the 30s, upper 30s or something like that. I don't like when it freezes in the water. We got to worry about that. But even like when you get in the upper 30s and it's crisp but no wind, I don't even mind that at all.
Yeah.
I'll bundle up a little bit more than most everybody else. But typically, though, it's comfortable, and usually daytime rolls around the rest of the day. It's very pleasant.
Yep. Back in studio, the great Maddie Gomez. Good morning, Maddie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your week?
It was good. I did not work as many hours as I did last week. I had a good good day off or good days off.
So you got a little rested up?
Mm-hmm.
Are the Mavs playing tonight?
Yes, they are.
Will you be working the game?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You're back to work, right?
Yeah, I've been working just nights this week, and then they play tomorrow. So
All right.
it's nighttime for me.
Good. Studio's up and running. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. If you got any questions about where to go, who to see, what to do, your trade, your credit, whatever the case may be, we can help. A lot of people going, well, you know, the way the economy is right now, what's going on with credit? How are the banks looking at credit? We're going to be covering that. And then we're going to help you. There's a lot of people that go online and you don't know how to do a credit app. And you're getting turned down, or you're not getting the right rate. You're not understanding, you know, how to do that. We're going to break that down a little bit, especially if you're married, how you do that credit app. Even if you don't want to put your wife on the car note, or she doesn't want to be on the car note, whatever the case may be, we're going to take a look there. We're going to talk a little bit about credit today, because there's a lot of people that just don't understand how it works. And you're downloading these free credit reports and bringing them in, assuming that's going to get your car loan, and it's not working out for you.
Well, it's just
For some.
it's just a misguiding situation. They're misguided about what they think they have versus what they're going to be reported as.
Yeah, I don't know the algorithms that they use to calculate these scores, but we've had some that have come in. If you got good credit, it's going to show up good, period. But for people that are on the bubble and not real sure about their credit scores, and then they go in and print this off and walk in and say, hey, I'm ready to get a car, and then they pull
They
that
get mad.
Equifax or TransUnion. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, what just happened? So
Yeah, they get really upset when they think they're got one thing and then it's something else. And it's too bad, because, you know, I don't blame them for being upset, because they're trusting something that they feel works. But some of those credit report apps or whatever may be good to kind of help you along the way with what you might have, you know, your credit cards and what you owe and things like that. But the actual number may not be quite right.
Yeah, well, it's sad, you know, because a lot of people, they get all excited and get geared up and find a car and walk in. They just whip that thing out like it's an auto approval from the bank, and reality sits in. I've been getting a lot of those calls a week going, hey, what's going on? I pulled my bureau. And then when you ask them what they pulled, and so I went to the site. I went to one of the sites and I said, you know, I got to see what this is all about. There was so many things to click on, so many offers. You qualify for this, you qualify for that. And it's, I was worn out. I couldn't tell you how many times I clicked. Probably 20 times, trying to get to the meat and potatoes of, you know, what the loan was going to be, what it looked like, how they were coming up with the score they were coming up with. And I didn't get it.
You're talking about some of those apps, you mean?
Yeah, on some of the free credit reports.
Yeah, right.
You know, I get mine through both my banks, and then I have a monitoring system on my credit as well. And so it tells me anytime somebody inquires, it lets me know. If there's a charge on any of my cars over $50, it lets me know. It says, do you want to process this? Yes or no?
Right. Well, that's cool.
So I monitor mine all the time. I mean, I am game on when it comes.
But you really have to nowadays, because of everything that's going on, and you never know what somebody might have tapped into a resource of yours and out there doing things that you don't want them to be doing, and you don't know it if you don't have that kind of setup.
Right.
But
and if you don't have the right people in your life to those connections to go, hang on a second here, who do I contact?
Right.
Bo pulls up his credit and sees a charge from Macy's, and it's not yours for, you know, hundreds of dollars that didn't get paid. It's not as though you can just call the credit company and go, hey, take that off. It's not mine. It's a booger of a process.
Yes, of course it is.
You know, to get through that, to find out, you know.
Some of the actual credit cards are a little better than some of the department store credit cards, but they're all different. So you really don't know.
Right.
You could have somebody really helps you out, and somebody goes like, it's your problem. So it's definitely good to know what's going on. And nowadays, especially with it being financial world we live in. Almost everything you got to finance anymore to have it.
Yeah, your life is controlled by your cell phone.
Yep.
I mean, everything goes by the cell phone.
Are you not going yet?
No. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. So if there's a make or model, there's a lot of really, really good promos, incentives, rebates, and APRs right now that just all kicked off in November. And here we are already on the 16th of the month. I mean, this time is flying by.
Okay, you still on Netflix? I don't have that problem. Why are you doing? Why is this? I'm sorry to interrupt.
What are you doing?
We're trying to dial into our own show here, and it looks like we are on Netflix.
You're on yours.
What do you mean on yours? Oh, I posted. There we go.
There we go. Technology at its best.
Yes, sir, baby.
But right now, as you go around, as I went around, and as if you go around, you will find that there are some smoking deals out there right now. And here again, the biggest complaint this week was one gentleman was getting $11,000, a true $11,000 off, but he didn't like the 5.5% interest rate. I went, buddy, if you got zero instead of that discount, you lose.
Well, he ought to be happy with 5.5.
1 minute.
And I said, it's
Really?
I get it. You know, we work hard to maintain our credit, and we're getting punished for what the government has done with inflation and wasting our money and not even caring about the real American people. They don't. When you have that kind of deficit and you're still spending and you're still wasting and wasting and wasting, and everybody is up there scratching each other's back and not
30
really
seconds.
looking at the 330 million people that are struggling, there's a problem out there. And so
We're going to have a problem if we don't take a break.
yeah, it's a tough old deal. So we're going to get all that taken care of here January 20th. You'll see things swing around, but there are some phenomenal deals, and we'll be covering those throughout the show. 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back. You know Larry Vest?
Larry Vest. Yes, I know Larry Vest very well.
Do you?
Yes, sir. He's
It's one of my good friends.
another best friend of yours. Yep. Every friend I have, it's gone and becomes a best friend to Kurt. Yeah, he's a super veteran and was very involved in the American Legions. I think at one time he was like regional director and stuff. So yeah, I know Larry Vest. Good morning, Larry. Hope everything's going good. It's hunting season, so I know he's out shooting.
Yeah.
He might be out there listening to us in one of his blinds. It's a good day for hunting. I mean, it's gorgeous. Just cool enough where you're not going to be freezing to death, but got him out there running.
I was with Jason Loring yesterday, and boy, he's got his place ready to go. You ought to see the house he built on that property that he built.
Oh, really?
Blow you away.
It's out in East Texas somewhere?
It's up in northeast Texas,
Okay.
north of Paris.
Towards Paris,
Yeah.
that way.
And
I know he hunts.
oh, he's ready to go. He was showing me pictures of the deer that him and his wife got, and he said, I guess you shoot from sun up, sundown. There's all these rules in hunting that I'm not a hunter, so I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, it's sun up to sundown.
But he shot this deer at 8:11 in the morning, and at 6:15 that night, it was being digested. And I was shocked because I always thought you had to marinate it, let it rest, do
all this stuff.
He goes, it's all in how you gut it and clean it.
Yeah, they know if he's done it a long time, he knows how to process it. He knows how to do it. But one of the main things you have to do quickly is, get the blood out.
Yeah.
They turn it upside down and drain that blood as quick as you can because that's what sours the meat. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, see,
So
I was blown away by him showing me, how he dressed out that deer, and you got to get the silver skin off, and you got to do this. You can't cut it here. You got to cut it there. And
now the Amish Mafia, he takes after he's processed it down pretty much down to the meat part. He takes it and has sausage made with it.
Yeah.
Different things. Like ground beef, but it's deer ground
Venison.
meat, venison meat.
Yeah.
But it's like ground, like you can make patties with
That's
it.
what we have. We have venison sausage, and
Right.
my brothers used to bring me some backstrap. I'd cut it up and wrap it in bacon and smoke
Right.
it because it's not there's no fat on it.
Right.
It's very, very lean, and if you don't put it with something, it can be very dry.
Right, exactly. But I'm not a big venison eater, are you?
Yeah, I think you cook venison, you can't tell the difference between it and good meat.
Well, if it's done right, I got you.
I made some. I pounded it out one time, took the backstrap and made some chicken fried steak,
Oh boy,
and everybody went nuts. They had no idea what they were eating.
you didn't tell them.
Heck, no, I didn't tell them.
It's a chicken with 4 legs.
They
and
just said they
horns.
were allergic to it, but nobody broke out.
It's a chicken with 4 legs and
Yeah.
horns. The new style.
It's amazing when you don't tell people what they're eating and they eat it and they go, "Wow, that was really good. Glad you enjoyed it."
But you can't tell them, or then they'll
I
get
don't tell
all
'em.
irritated, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna go break out.
Yeah, it's whenever I do a dinner, that's why I kind of lay things out and I pre-make a plate. So what you put on your plate, you better eat or get out.
Exactly.
Good, I know you. That's right. Grab your girl, swing her around, do-si-do, and tell her you love her. Ain't nothing better than a little belly ribbon music from the Bee Gees early in the Saturday morning here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show, helping you with all your automotive needs. Hey, traveling's coming up. We know everybody's going to be on the road. Get your car over to Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Go to mydriversedge.com. That's mydriversedge.com. Find a location and get your car road ready. There is nothing worse than if you have a flat tire, your spare being flat, or not having a spare tire in there, or a jack, or some fix-a-flat, or something. So get everything checked out. Make your appointment at mydriversedge.com. 23 location. I mean, there's one somewhere near you. And get your car checked out, your fluids topped off, your oil changed, and make sure your rubber is good when the rubber meets the road.
And they have it all
They do.
right there.
And they have financing. So
That's
if
cool,
things
too.
are tight and you need a new transmission, or you need a motor overhauled, or you need a new set of tires and you just don't have the cash, they can help you with that. The place, mydriversedge.com. They've been a great sponsor of the show for 21 years. And I take my car there, and you should too. It's a great way to save money, not get oversold, not get over maintenanced. They don't have the fear factor of it's wintertime. You got to get it done. You got to winterize your car. No, you don't. You just got to do good maintenance. We really don't have much of a winter here in Texas. I mean, what was it?
It was
Wednesday, 80 degrees outside, and here it is mid-November.
Well, because my brother said there's supposed to be another mild winter, which I'm hoping for. I just don't like those times where it gets down to like 0 degrees for a week. That I
Yeah.
don't like. But they help you if you have that need too.
Yep.
You need to get the right, fluid in your radiator and stuff.
Yeah, they don't winterize, they don't summarize, they do the work that's needed, and they give you a printout going, this is what you need to start looking at. This is what you need to start being concerned about in the next few thousand miles, whatever the case may be. Find them online. And here's the thing, too. Check out their coupons and discounts because they're not upsell coupons. Some place, if you walk in, you hand them a coupon, they're going to find a way to make it up somewhere in the work order. Not a Driver's Edge Auto Repair. They are true discount coupons for you to use, whether it's an oil change, tires, you spend this much, you get this much off. It's all straight up. That's why we've been glad to have them with us for 21 years here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Go to mydriversedge.com.
Our backdrop really looks good this morning. Very nice. Lighting is good. And if you're on the radio listening to us and you don't know what I'm talking about, is we do live video feeds on our social media sites and on YouTube. So, of course, we're on Talk Radio 1190 every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. But you can also, if you get out of your car and go into your house and hop on your computer, your phone, you can go to the Automotive Edge Facebook page, click on there and see us live, audio and video, as well as our sister Facebook page, Shifting Gears, on YouTube at the Automotive Edge Radio Show. You got, if you go and search on YouTube the show, it's the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Got to add Radio Show in there to get the right thing. And then on Kurt Chase's LinkedIn page, we're out there, baby, and on the iHeartMedia app. So if you can't find us, I don't know what the problem is.
Man, you got some wires over here, don't you?
I'm wired for sound, baby.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You unplugged us.
Oh, now I know how to unplug you.
Yeah, but you were off too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want to do that. 214-787-1190. Let's talk about one of the hottest products out there right now, and that is Mazda. Tommy Melton up at El Dorado Mazda there in McKinney, 380 and 75. Mazda has pulled out all the strings. They pulled them all off, and they are discounting and APRs and lease programs. They jumped so far ahead of the auto industry in Q2. Then going into Q3, they ramped it up. Now Q4, they're ramping it up again, and they are moving Mazdas. You got a great lineup now, especially with the new CX-90, and now you have the CX-70, which is between the CX-5 and the CX-90. It kind of hits that middle point. And their rebates, when I started seeing all the discounts and everything on Mazda, I was just blown away. I was like, goodness gracious, no one's doing this with the minimal amount of markup and the price point. I was really impressed. And so Mazda has really dropped the reins and said, hey, let the horses run with APRs and discounts on the vehicle. And I've had more people going, hey, I'm looking at these three, but I can't get a discount. They're really tight. And I said, well, go take a look at Mazda. I mean, Mazda's a great vehicle. Toyota now owns part of Mazda. Mazda has shared their technology for years and years and years because their motors and transmissions are so fantastic. If you remember in the day, the B2200 Mazda pickup truck, the same motor and transmission was in the Ford Ranger. And there's a reason why. They build one heck of a vehicle. Resale value, fantastic. Cost of ownership, fantastic. So right now, Tommy Melton, El Dorado Mazda, no one's touching what he's doing on the discounts on the Mazda. And I've got several friends. One just picked up a CX-5. One is going today to pick up a CX-90. And we had a couple of CX-50 sales in there as well. And people call me going, I had no idea. Spend the time and drive it. Meet Tommy Melton, El Dorado Mazda, 380 and 75, and let him know that you're listening to the Automotive Ed Radio Show, and just go test drive. And then when you see what he's doing as far as discounts and rebates and incentives, there's nothing better than driving off the lot knowing that you can, if you want to trade soon or you want a vehicle that's going to take care of you for a long time, you got it. That's El Dorado Mazda in McKinney. You got the new CX-90 starting at $37,845, and it is a big rig with a third row that's usable. There's so many products out there that they put a third row in, and it's barely enough for kids.
You got to be in your knees or like lay down in it. You can't really sit.
Yeah, they're good for car seats or small people.
Right.
But then mom and dad have to climb back there and try to get them out.
Exactly.
And then go back there and try to secure a seat. The Mazda CX-90, they did very, very well with the design of that, making the third row usable. It reminds me of what they did with the Ford Flex. Remember when that came out? Really, really cool vehicle. And they had a seat that was actually usable. That's what Mazda did. They finally came out with a product that has that distance and that leg room that you can actually use. Then you have the CX-70, the CX-50. And the CX-50 is under $30,000. CX-5, I mean, they've got nice people movers, mid-size and small SUVs that'll meet just about any needs. And their goal in 2024 is they want to do 400,000 100,000 vehicles here in the United States. And that's why you can buy one of the best products out there with such big discounts, rebates, and APRs. Eldorado Mazda in McKinney. So, yeah, I was up there yesterday, and boy, that place was just buzzing.
It's always buzzing.
From Chevy to Mazda to
Yeah.
pre-owned, and Justin Griffin on the used car manager there at Eldorado. Boy, oh boy, there's nobody around that's putting what he's putting in trades. I mean, I'm telling you, I've had 3 people call me and go, "You're not going to believe what he put in my car." You know, one yesterday, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday was $3,500 more in a trade than anybody in town appraised. That's a lot of money.
That is
I mean, $3,500. That's almost $90 a month in payments.
That's a lot of money.
Plus, you're paying less on your taxes with your paying tax on the difference. So make the drive. 380 and 75. Take 121 or 75. Go to 380 and enjoy your Eldorado experience. I'm telling you, I was up there for 4.5 hours yesterday, and there's pretty much nothing they don't have. And what Justin Griffin's doing on pre-owned is the deal. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. Good morning, Katina. Will Sakala up at the Burr.
Yeah. Got your best friend, Ronnie Swain.
Hello, Ronnie
A lot of
Swain.
people tuning in this morning.
It's always good having a best friend.
Yeah. You're robbing all my friends.
What was that song? He's my best friend.
Oh,
up and down, all around.
What
was that? It was, oh my goodness, I can see the guy playing his day. He played the Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original Hulk.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about.
With Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk, but he was the doctor.
He was the non-Hulk. Hulk.
Yeah, he was the one that turned into the Hulk.
Yeah, okay.
But he had that show. It wasn't My Best Friend, but anyway,
the show had that song.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
I can't think of his name. Somebody, y'all older
when
folk out
see
there.
that Ronnie's tuned in, I just started hearing that song in my head.
And then when Art tunes in, and when Gary tunes in, and all my ex-friends, I'm gonna write a song.
Well, all the women know migrate to you, so
Well,
it's kind of a winter chicken dinner.
I'll take that. I'm gonna do a song. That had all my exes live in Texas. That kind of applies to me with my friends, but they're not all from Texas.
That's right.
And Katina, she's tuned in. Thank you for following us. She's turned in to be a good regular follower here on our Facebook pages. Thank you.
Yep. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. It's the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Quick break. We'll be right back. Yeah, what's the weather like up there in the Burr, Will?
I'm probably thinking it's pretty chilly.
And that's Pittsburgh. He's up there to watch. I think he's up there cheering the Ravens on over the Steelers tomorrow.
Is that a Sunday night game?
Yeah.
So that's the headliner, huh?
Ravens by 21.
Yeah. I'm afraid they're going to meet their match tomorrow night. Are they? Yeah, they're playing in Pittsburgh, so that'll help.
Yeah, second half of the season now they've really got to
pick it up.
Step up. Really step up.
45 degrees feels like 39.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
The feels like.
That's right.
I guess it's got a little wind. Is it a little windy, Will, because of it? And Steelers win by 3. We'll see. That might be a money take right there.
Yeah, he needs to slow down on the caffeine if that's what he's thinking.
He's out there sniffing that Pittsburgh air too much, huh?
Oh, I tell you what, though, I'd love to be up there right now having me some layonnaise potatoes with him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he says a little breezy.
Yeah, you go over and get you some layonnaise potatoes. You won't care about none of that.
What's that time of the year to where it's supposed to be cool?
Freeman Toyota.
Should be getting a little cool, where those games starting. I see them kind of getting wrapped up and, stuff around their necks and all that.
Yep.
Boy, the Commanders sure blew that game the other night, didn't they?
Yeah, that was too bad.
Yeah, they had it under control for a while.
You know, one thing I've noticed is I've never seen so many drop footballs as I'm seeing this year. I wonder how many incompletes, if they keep it, that actually hit their hands for an easy
don't
catch
know.
that they drop.
But on the same token, I've seen some crazy catches too.
Oh, no doubt.
What about that 2-pointer? But the Commanders, I mean, that was man, I didn't even think it was in bounds. Usually, I can kind of tell from watching. I go, that man, he was way out. And then all of a sudden, they start showing it, and the referee's right on top of it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to catch it either. But man, when you go back, that's 2 feet were in there, man. They were right there. And there's been a lot of that, a lot of one-handed catches and doing stuff like that. So you have that, but then you have a lot of easy missed drops too. By
You know
guys
what? It's amazing that you didn't see any one-handed catches, and then Odell Beckham
does it
makes that catch with the Giants, and then all of a sudden
against the Cowboys.
Yeah, you wonder if everybody starts training to catch one-handed.
Well, they probably do,
that.
but I think it's paid off in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You didn't see any one-handed catches like that ever.
Well, there was one. Didn't Lynn Swan have that one-handed in the Super Bowl?
Lynn Swan, never heard of him.
I'm sure Will knows him personally.
Is it Swanson Foods?
Swanson, yeah, he owns that.
Lynn Swanson Foods.
Schwantz. Schwantz LaFonce.
Morning, Clint Moore. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show.
I forgot who you said. Who'd you say?
Huh?
Who'd you tell me to do? I'll find out when you start talking.
Freeman.
Okay.
Yeah, grab you, girl. Little belly rubbing music. Hopefully you already brushed your teeth this early in the morning.
Put a little deodorant on.
That's right. Or put your head on the side of hers.
Yeah. She'll smell good.
Great song. Little Earth, Wind, and Fire start off this Saturday morning. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. If you got a question about anything automotive related, where to go, who to see, what to do, what I think about certain make and model cars, posted here on the Automotive Edge Facebook page, or any of our filters that we have, and get the question over, and we'll get that knocked out for you and help you out. And just make sure you're going to see the right people. If you're an end of the year person and you're just not going to change your stripes, that's okay. Start your driving today. Get out and drive the cars. We set up, I can tell you how many test drives we've done in the last couple of weeks where we're just telling consumers, just go test drive. Just, get in the car and go spend some time in it before you make that decision. Too many people are making knee-jerk decisions, and then I'm getting these calls more so in the summertime going, how soon can I get out of the car? Like, I don't know what that means. How soon can you get out of it today if you want? If you got the money, or let's get it appraised. And so, well, I bought this car, and then we've had it, and I wish I would have. And so I tell people, drive the car. Spend all the time driving. Remember the 80-10-10 rule. 80% is demo driving, test driving. 10% is your negotiation, and the other 10 is to get through finance and get your delivery process and head home in your brand new car. But if you do it any other way, we have what we call buyer's remorse. And a lot of people want to get out of those cars a lot sooner than they expected. And that's always a tough road to haul. It really, really is. Well, let me tell you, one of the great places that wants you spending the time driving, that's Freeman Toyota. 183 and 820 there in Hearst. Take the Highway 10 exit, loop back over the bridge. Brand new roads and highways and all that's already taken care of over there. It's all fixed up, and traffic is really, really simple to either exit Highway 10 down the service road or loop around and get to Freeman Toyota. Get this, on all new Freeman Toyotas, Dane Miner, general manager, says, let's jump it up. When you buy a new Toyota, you get Toyota Care, which is 2 years of maintenance free. 2 years or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. Dane Miner said, well, hang on a second here. We're going to add a 7-year, 100,000-mile service contract on all new Toyotas and select used cars. So after the 2 years, he's going to add another 5 when you're buying a vehicle at Freeman Toyota. 3rd-year oil change and tire rotation. on all new Toyotas. How about that? I mean, he's going above and beyond to let you know that he is your long-term personal, family, and friend dealership when it comes to Toyota. A lot of people are now ordering the Grand Highlander. It is back in production. It was their hottest selling product, and now you can order them. So what's coming in is pre-sold. I think they have a couple that are not spoken for yet. But from the Camry, which are now all 2025s, are all now hybrids, so you're going to get great car, great technology, and great gas mileage, all the way up to the big bad boy, the Tundra, the Sequoia, and the all-new Land Cruiser, which, golly, I forgot how many options. It said over 100 options you can put on
100
or add to or build when you're building your new Land Rover. And they've taken this thing away from being that spin-off of Lexus luxury to this really cool, nice off-road, on-road, use it forever you want Toyota Land Rover. I mean, they've really done well with it. So you got a great product, great people, and now he wants to make sure that you're taken care of without spending all this crazy money to make sure your car's taken care of with a 7-year, 100,000-mile contract, 3rd-year oil change and tire rotation when it comes to your new Toyota and some of your certified pre-owned. BJ Stankovic, General Sales Manager, Jerry Patterson, New Car Director, there to help you at FreemanToyota.com. That's FreemanToyota.com. So I was out test driving this week, and
did you warn the authorities about that first?
I didn't. I met some really unique people.
You should call ahead of your outing and let them know that you'll be on the roads test driving.
No, I don't want to tell them up front. I just don't.
No warning?
Nah, no warning. And so I get to one place, and a friend of mine says, hey, there's a place over on Midway that have this car that I'm really interested in. I'm looking at it. I'm going, wow, that thing's really priced good. And they said, one owner, clean car. And I'm looking at the Carfax, and I figure, well, heck, I got to go over and take a look at it. So
right.
I drive over there, and I pull up, and the guy goes, you need something?
It's in Dallas, right? Midway?
Carrollton.
Oh, okay.
Addison.
Okay. Well,
he goes, you need something?
Surprising somebody's talking to you like that in Addison, but
I went, do I need something? I said, yeah, you got Dr. Pepper?
Cheeseburger. I'm looking for
He goes,
pizza.
no. So I just walked away. He didn't say anything.
Wow.
And then the next guy comes up and he goes, are you looking for someone? And I'm standing there looking at the car. I'm going,
does this car speak? That'd be the one I'd want to speak.
Who's the owner of this car here? And he goes, why, are you looking to buy it? I'm just sitting there going, this is really not happening. I went, buddy, I would fire you so fast.
Was it
you could not work for me in a car dealership?
Was it a dealership that represents a manufacturer?
No.
Okay.
No, it's a
then that
pre-owned
makes more
lot.
sense. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
And so finally, I said, hey, I'd like to take a look at the car. He goes, you a buyer? I went, look, buddy, you guys stunk from hello. I said, I got a friend of mine that called me about this car, and he goes, what did he say? So you're a professional car guy or something? I don't even know what he said. And I went, wow, you guys have a good day. And they just let me walk off. Didn't say anything. I called him up. I'm like, buddy, I would never, ever buy a car from this place.
Well, there's plenty of them out there.
I always had my salespeople, welcome to Joe Bag of Donut Motors. How can I be of assistance to you? Whatever the case may be. But I literally just walked off, and I went, I am astonished that that's the way they do business.
Well, there's a lot of them out there like that. That's all the reason that people need to go to the automotiveedge.com and then click on Ask Kurt, because if you're in the mood for a vehicle, you might want to know what kind of things are out there that you might be wanting to look at and how to be treated before you step out there in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I know that through our show, we've got an appointment Monday with a follower of the show that is going to be going to one of our dealers. And because of the show, he feels trustworthy. He feels he's going to be well taken care of. He's going to be not have that stress. He's going to have the right deal that they can make for him. And that's what it's all about. Relieving that stress, saving money, saving time. And if you've not been out there, if you even think you know what to do, there's no reason to go for alone, and it's not going to cost you anything. That's the biggest thing right there.
Well, I always tell
wouldn't you?
everybody, you always set the tone at hello.
Yeah.
There's a reason why a consumer's on your lot, and they're not there for groceries. They're not there for furniture. They're not there for jewelry.
Pizza.
They're there to shop, look, or buy a car.
So why you've been in the business a long time, what, 68 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. Long time. So why is someone not teaching them, or why do they take on that attitude? I mean, are they just waiting for somebody to come hand them the money? I mean, there's like they just sitting there. Well, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just
Well, your new car franchises, most of them, you're going to walk up, you're going to get a nice, friendly
Right.
greeting. And I call these places box stores. They're not manufactured dealers. They're not a Ford store, a Chevy store. They're pre-owned lot.
right.
Because all the new car dealers I went to this week, and I went to, I think, 11, meeting consumers out and helping consumers with cars, and absolutely great service. Some of them are non-sponsors, and I would pull up, hey, welcome to such and such. How can I be of assistance to you today? I said, well, I got some friends here looking at a car. They bring me right in, sir. Can I get you a bottle of water? It's unbelievable. You get in the box stores. I don't know how those guys stay in business.
Well, that's what I'm at. That's why I asked you that question. What makes them be that way? And like you turned around and left, and there's other people doing that.
Well, they're either very wealthy and don't have to care,
Okay.
or they just got through selling a car and made a bunch of money and they don't care, or they just don't care.
Or they just don't like. Or they just don't like working
They
there.
just don't care.
And don't care either, right?
Yes, I went to another pre-owned lot, and I was looking at a pickup truck, and I'm looking it over, and the guy goes, "That sure is a fine one there, huh?" And then me and this guy, we had the best conversation. I said, well, can I see your worksheet on this, your reconditioning sheet? And he goes, absolutely not. I said, what's the deal? He goes, hey, look, buddy, it's a good truck for a good price, and the truck's never been wrecked, 2-owner truck. And he starts running down. I said, what all do you have to do to get it ready? He said, buddy, it'll pass state inspection. I mean, my kind of guy, really.
All right.
He just straight up. I said, all right, let's take it for a ride. And he said, you a buyer? I said, I'm a buyer for somebody else. And then we got to talking, and it was amazing. I said, well, hang on a second. Let me hand you one of my business cards. Everything changed.
Oh, yeah. So what was how's demeanor went from there?
He goes, well, I got to do this and this to the truck. And the story kind of, you know what? And I, in a way, I get it. But he agreed. We drove the truck and needed alignment, needed some fresh rubber on the front end, and it needed a serpentine belt. And he said, well, I'll do it for this, not to do anything, and I'll do this to do it. And my buddy bought the truck.
Well, there you
So,
go.
all right, you want to take all this off, and I get it done, not a problem. So,
well, that's what I'm saying to people out there that are tuned in, that, why would you pull your own tooth when you can go to a dentist?
quick break, 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver. We'll be right back.
I think you got somebody here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this morning here on the Automotive Edge radio show, here on our radio shows on Talk Radio 1190 AM, KFXR out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Metroplex. And then you can find us on the iHeartMedia app if you're out and about somewhere out of the state, out of the country. And then you can also follow us on all of our social media sites and make comments, say good morning to us, or ask a question, and we'll get people tuning in. Got John Wright, just says, good morning, gentlemen, from your office in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Well, good morning, John. How's the weather there? Is it cool? I know some of the people starting to get kind of cool weather out there. We're going to be, I'm not sure what we're going to be. I think it was probably up in the low 50s last night, maybe upper 40s. But you can make comments to us on our social media site, which is the Automotive Edge Facebook page. Also, our Shifting Gears Facebook page, which is our sister Facebook page. Then on LinkedIn under Kurt Chase, KurtChase. And then on YouTube. Now, when you search on YouTube, go to the Automotive Edge Radio Show. Make sure you add Radio Show on your search, and you'll find us there, audio and video. And people are tuned in. Tim Riley, John Wright. Just got a lot of people tuned in this morning.
Yeah, Tim Riley's out playing Santa.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Where's he do that at?
wherever he's hired.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, he got the beard, the look, the ho, and out doing his deal. Ain't nothing better than spreading.
John Wright said
Christmas
he
cheer.
tuned in from his office in Fort Smith, Arkansas. How about that? Huh?
Hello, John Wright.
Another new best friend of yours, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, I'm sure John and I can be best friends.
John, don't do it, please.
Yeah, I can always use a best friend, another best friend.
No, he don't need any more friends. He didn't
Yeah.
need any more best friends. He stole
Yeah,
all of,
once John and I have a cup of coffee,
he
we're
stole
set.
all of mine.
Well, I don't know if I stole them. Were they just ready for change? There's a big difference.
Never know. We don't, and I don't think they're going to be truthful about it. He goes, Tim goes, ho, ho, ho.
There we go.
There you go.
Man, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Well, it's a good day to do it.
Yep.
We're here every
Nice
Saturday.
day. I
morning.
mean, I don't know what the temperature is outside. It's not that bad. What, about 50 degrees?
Probably, maybe a little higher.
Bo had a parka on, his face wrapped, and you get cold easy, don't you?
Well, I don't like cold weather
Seconds.
particularly, but I do. I can stay warm, loaded down with some good fabric, like good jackets.
So you can watch TV with a few blankets.
Yeah, exactly. He said he'd be your second best friend. Thank you, John. I love you,
Second
brother.
one of the day.
Oh,
That's right.
he said he needs a new Tundra. How about that?
There we go. We can help you.
Right.
I know a dealer's got a ton of them.
John, all you got to do is either text me and I'll give you his phone number. He'll take care of you, my
10
brother.
seconds.
So don't worry about that. You'll be well taken care of.
I love Arkansas. We used to go to Hot Springs, Arkansas every year for
That's a beautiful
vacation.
place. Yes.
And we had a house on Lake Hamilton, and we were there 2 weeks every year. Greatness.
And he's loving the MJ hat. So am I. Thank you.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Little Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No, you kidding me? There ain't no little about them.
That's
A
right.
lot. That's what I'm thinking.
Will said he was jamming to it, and his son kept going, "What is this?"
Oh, no. Are you
One
kidding
of
me?
the best songs ever written.
He actually said, "What is this?"
Yeah,
It's one of Graham's favorite songs, too.
that's right. Loving the MJ hat, he says.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe my boy was wanting to give that hat up. I didn't even notice it when I gave it to you. That's a nice hat.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to you.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'll give you $100 for it.
Ooh.
Would you sell it for 100?
Yeah, I probably would.
Or 110? 120? Where are we at
Yeah,
here?
well, I don't know. It's good. Keep going.
That's
You
right.
might get it off my head before the show's over.
Hey, if you got that big rig at 3/4 ton or bigger, Big Wheeled Body Shop, 35 and Rise Zinger Road, whether it's a motor coach, a bus, an 18-wheeler. Some of you guys got those rigs out in the oil fields, box trucks, your own business, your own hot shot truck. Things happen that are out of your control, and Big Wheeled Body Shop is ready to help and get you back on the road. I had no idea how much money it costs these commercial vehicles downtime.
Ooh, you know it does.
Unbelievable. And Will knows that because he's a independent owner. He's been in the trucking business for years and years and years. Family owned and operated, and it will make a difference when it comes to servicing your big rig. 3/4 ton truck or bigger. The place, Big Wheels Body Shop, 35 and Rise Zinger Road, or you can find them online at bigwheelsbodyshop.com. That's bigwheelsbodyshop.com. Our buddy Will Sakala is up there. That is a true fan. He's up there in Pittsburgh. He either flies or drives and cheers on them Steelers and then comes back home. I'm going, boy, that's a That's a fan and a half there.
So what quarter do you think he'll be leaving the game,
Oh, he won't. He'll be there the whole time
even though they're
watching that
getting
beating.
slaughtered?
It is going to be ugly tomorrow. Lamar Jackson's going to light it
Yeah,
up.
well, you got Henry too. This guy's
Yeah.
been pulled.
Yeah, I think Shaquan Barkley just passed him in rushing yard. But
Yeah, he did. The other night he got 140 something yards, and that put him in the lead.
Yeah, but those guys, they're on track. I mean, everybody tries to break Dickerson's record, 2,000 or 2,100 yards he had for the season, but it seems like they always get close, not quite there.
I thought Emmett did that.
No.
So Dickerson is the highest
He's
so
the
far
man.
still?
Yep.
Well, he was mean.
And if
and
Bo
lean.
Jackson hadn't had a bum hip, he would have done it all.
Yeah. Yeah, that did
No doubt
happen.
about it. So swapping a 2017 Tacoma, man, that's good merchandise right there.
Well, there's a guy to help.
Yep.
Kurt's the guy to help you, John.
Those mid-sized trucks right now are killing it in the marketplace.
Yep.
So we can help you with that.
And he wants a Tundra.
Yep. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Coming up after the top of the hour, we're going to be talking about the CARS rules. And it's really called that CARS, C-A-R-S rules. That
when you say rules, you're talking about, hey, he rules, or is it rules by like law rules?
Like law rules.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it's CARS rules.
Okay.
And the government is implementing a bunch of stuff.
Boy.
And I'm going,
Really?
and some consumers, when I reached out and I sent out my survey and said, hey, what do y'all think about this? Is this a good thing, a bad thing? And it was mixed. I really thought that I was going to see everything go one side to the, oh, yeah, we're behind it, but that's not really what it was. And there was a lot of people saying, well, this and that. One thing that I don't get is that you have the largest employer in the world, which is the auto industry, and there's more scrutiny created by Congress about the auto industry. They should do this. They should do that. They should build this. They should build that. They shouldn't finance this. They should finance this way. When you buy a car, here's the rules and regulations. I mean, Congress got mad at the gentleman that started the kill switch on cars on Tote the Notes and said he was just preying on people in bad positions. I'm like, hang on a second. A, he didn't put them there. B, he gave them an opportunity. And C, you got to pay for your vehicle. Real simple.
But I could see where there was a problem, like if in an emergency aspect, you're taking your wife to have a baby and you're just struggling a little bit financially, and all of a sudden your car stops because you didn't make the payment.
Yeah, well, they have the light on there, and it says, hey, you got I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to find a safe place to park the car. But to prevent that, you might want to pay.
Or at least if
some people are giving you a chance that nobody else will, and you're messing that up too. And so they tried to bring him. That's where the Consumer Protection Agency started.
Right.
Is when they started coming out and said, whoa, wait a minute here. We need a new agency to oversee what people are doing when it comes to Tote the Note cars. I went, unbelievable. And in the Consumer Protection Program, that's another thing Trump needs to shut down and get rid of. What a waste of time and money. If you don't like what's going on, take it to court. But to have the government coming in and overseeing our auto industry, holy schmoly. There's too many sharp people in the auto industry. Leave them alone. Let them do their thing. Let them build what they want to build and sell what they want to sell. And if they don't sell it, then they have to go to something else. But people in Washington saying what they feel like we need, that's not what we hired them
Well, first
for.
of all, they don't do that what I buy for groceries. At least I hope they don't. They might lead to that the way things are going in the automobile business, but they don't tell you what you need to buy in a home, although you do have inspectors that can inspect the home before you buy it, but you got that too in cars. And so I don't understand why is it about that? Why do they want to hit that so hard?
Well, they just feel like they're
They got a control of it, like they
they've
can,
got to earn their keep by making really, really radical bad decisions. And the auto industry, it's real simple. Either people buy the cars or they don't. I know there needs to be oversight on,
30 seconds.
are you burning clean exhaust? How safe are these vehicles? I get that part of it. The miles per gallon, who cares? If you don't like the MPG, you're not going to buy it, then the manufacturer has to figure it out. But to be mandated on, we're going to make sure that they only build cars that get this mileage, and we put all this stuff on the cars to where you don't even have to pay attention, is not my idea of how things should be.
we got to go.
214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Good morning, Jim Wagner.
So, Mike Lay said he did it in 14 games too.
Yeah.
How about them apples, huh?
Yep. And, the point, O.J. Simpson, another great stud when he played for
Yeah.
Buffalo, he came on and he came out of USC and nobody really, is he going to be able to make in the NFL? Because a lot of people didn't. But, you had Marcus Allen ahead of him. We know how great a player Marcus Allen was. And here comes O.J. And then here comes Bo Jackson. And then Eric Dickerson, what did they call Eric Dickerson?
I can't remember.
Him and Craig James.
Yeah, I remember that.
Pony Express.
Oh, yeah, that's right. SMU.
Yep. And then at the time, they were number one in the nation.
Then when the next year they got the death penalty?
Yep. And he came in the NFL, and remember, he sported them goggles, and he was a north to south runner, and he was always upright.
Yeah, he just ran straight.
Him and Bo.
That's right.
They just ran straight up, and it was like that. They had their own wind shear design.
Have you seen that video clip where Bo hit the linebacker that used to be for Oklahoma? That was
the Boz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Changed Boz's.
Yeah. Bosworth. Do you know my little brother played with him?
Oh, that's cool.
He went to MacArthur High School in Irving.
Did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a local boy.
Well, his attitude sure changed after.
Yeah, because Bosworth played for the Seahawks.
Right.
And everybody was waiting, and boy, he met him at the end zone, and booyah, it was over.
And I don't think Boz was the same since then.
No.
Like he thought he could stop anybody on the planet.
Yeah.
Bo changed that attitude, didn't he?
Yeah, that's always tough when you have that's a big dude. In different times back there, the way they hit and ran and did things.
And there was hardly any kind of roughing anybody.
Oh.
They didn't know what that was.
That game was hyped up, I think, as much as a Super Bowl game, the Clash of the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, when they met at the end zone, that was a rude awakening. But don't get me. And Boz didn't stay that long in the NFL.
No,
he was only. I don't know how.
I think
many
he got injured and he couldn't recover.
Yeah, but back then it was amazing. I go down the list.
Mike says his class. You talking about that Boswell was in your class? I'm guessing that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, see, Bosworth played down in IBFA, Irving Boys Football Association, and he was down there, and then wound up going to OU and set a whole different trend up there. He was like an anomaly.
Yeah, he was one of those
Yep.
guys that you didn't want to mess with.
Yep. Then goes into the NFL and a couple of seasons with the Seahawks, and
got injured though. He had injuries.
Now he's a Dr. Pepper dude.
Yeah, it's I love that.
Yep.
He's super with that.
They said, actually, there you go, 83 Boz, yes.
Oh.
He actually met with the coach and all the players, and they wanted nothing to do with him. They didn't want him on campus. They didn't want him around. They didn't want him part of the alumni.
I remember that. I remember that. I saw the story on 30-30.
Yeah. And then Barry Switzer, they brought him back, and he apologized to everybody and made amends. And, now he's at special alumni again.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, when you get to college and you're that young and they put you on that pedestal, man, it's hard to come down.
Yeah. What's the old story? You got to be careful how you treat people on the way up.
He's the Dr. Pepper sheriff.
Yeah, he's awesome. He
Yeah.
actually does that better than anything he's done, I think.
Yeah.
Like they say, you got to watch how you treat people on the way up the ladder because you might be looking at them coming back.
Oh yeah. You know, I had a bunch of ex NFL players and college players that used to work for me.
Oh wow.
And boy, you'd hear some of the stories and the college stories, and that's right. Everybody had that. If you had his hair, you had the Boz, plus the big old Terminator glasses.
Yeah, they had that going on like a lot of the guys were doing with Mahomes' haircut.
Yeah.
Graham had that. I think Ty did too, didn't he? For a while, have that Mahomes cut.
He still got something going on up there. I'm not sure what it
Graham
is.
got his so long, man. He said, I can't afford to get it cut. That's what happens when you go to college. Great morning here in North Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex here on our radio show. We're on a break here, at the top of the hour break on our radio show.
Norm Reeves Honda.
Okay.
Chase, we have Harmon on hold.
Getting ready
Okay.
for takeoff.
Beautiful.
Don't see any turbulence, and we should arrive at our destination safely and on time. Thank you for choosing the Automotive Edge Airways, and I hope you'll follow us and use our services again in the future.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills. And today, you can get a Honda CRV, a 2025 Honda CRV LX, $329 a month, or 2.9% finance. I got to tell you what, that new CRV is nice. It's nice. You get a new Honda Accord 2024 Sport Hybrid, and you got to go to the hybrid to get the Sport to get the hybrid, 2.9% financing, or $349 a month, or get a 2025 Honda Pilot EXL, which means top of the line with leather, 3.9% APR, at least for $459 a month. And they've got more and more and more when it comes to your new Hondas. The Honda Civic Hybrid is now in stock at Norm Reeves Honda. And when you go to the site, it's 615 vehicles to choose from. They ain't playing. I mean, Norm Reeves Honda has, I don't think there's anything on lot they don't have when it comes to your Honda needs, whether it's an Odyssey, Accord, the Civic, and their full line of SUVs. The place, Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, North Richland Hills, 820 and 26. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. As for Haley, she's the best, the best, the best. She's been like 18, 19 years. And you want the easiest way to acquire a new Honda? Ask for Haley at Norm Reeves Honda Superstore, NorthRichlandHills.com. Let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline. Joining us this morning, my good buddy, Harmon Robinson. Go to HarmonRobinson.com, and you can see what he's all about as we're talking to him on the radio today. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Kurt Chase and Bo Carver. How's it going?
You the man. We're doing good. How about you?
Hey, Harmon, you want to go with me and
Okay.
you take over car dealership and turn it around?
It wouldn't take us long, would it, buddy?
No doubt about it. So Harmon Robinson is a realtor. He's in the real estate business. And Harmon, what are you seeing now? Now that we know who the next president is going to be, I know there's a lot of optimism, a lot of happy people. I know that I've got a bunch of people going, man, I can't wait till he gets inaugurated. Things are going to change. But in the meantime, what is your outlook as far as financing and interest? I know your big thing right now is interest shouldn't matter because you're always going to do good with real estate. And I know we both believe at some point in time, you're going to be able to refinance and get a lower rate versus what it is right now.
Yeah, I think so. Just the positive atmosphere that's going around right now is making a big difference in people's attitudes towards real estate business. And I think car business is experiencing the same thing, Kurt.
It is. There's a lot of people now that are contacting me. My emails have doubled going, what do you think the end of the year is going to be? And I said, it's not going to be any different than it is right now, unless some inventory piles up, which the inventory just went down below 2.6 million vehicles. And if you back up Q2, there was 3 million. So there are over 300,000 less of inventory in stock. And, a lot of them are getting ready to retool and die and start looking at, their next line of product. But when it comes to the housing market, I'm shocked with how many people are moving to Texas, but there is still a high demand for homes, correct?
That's correct. And the big deal right now is in one of our properties that I've got one out in southeast Dallas County area that the only competition we're having is new homes out there. I mean, the pre-owned ones are not selling as quick as the new ones. And the reason is a lot of these builders now are being able to buy these rates down. And that's helping sales on the new homes and kind of hurting the pre-owned market a little bit. But, it's going to come back around as soon as rates fall. I think they will pretty soon. Whether it happens before the next administration starts or not, it's hard to say. But, the Fed out there the other day, he was asked if he was going to step down, and he said no. He said he can't be fired. Well, that's an unusual situation, but I think just the amount of inventory right now is building up in the real estate market, and the buyers are just not there yet, ready to spend that hard-earned money for those high rates.
Right. Well, I see. His contract is good through 2028, and it's one of those entities that the president can't walk in and go, "Hey, drop the rate." I mean, it's kind of hands off. These guys can just pretty much do whatever they want to do. But he was talking about, if the numbers got down to, I forgot what he said, 2 point something right now. I think it's 2.6, that he would consider lowering the rate. But for the consumers out there,
2.6 what? What do you mean?
Inflation.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he wants that rate closer to 2 before,
Gotcha.
He does anything else with lowering the rate. But
is that something that the president can do to help lower that?
No,
not the interest rate, but I'm talking about inflation.
Well, sure.
There's something he can do, whether it's open the pipeline or whatever, cause inflation to drop, or it would cause a percentage.
Well, sure. Once he starts drilling again, every country that's energy independent has no inflation.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. So even though the president can't force him to drop, he can do things on his own that would
where they have no choice but to drop.
That's what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So are the repossessions or the court steps getting filled up with homes that are going for sale right now, Harmon?
Yeah, you're still going to have foreclosures building up because until the atmosphere changes a little bit and a little bit more income coming, people getting their jobs coming in, it's still going to go up. I think that'll fall off as time goes on, but we're just going to have to wait and see.
And what do you tell the consumers? There's, I'm sure you've heard enough stories where they just figure I'm just going to hand the keys over. But let's give some words of wisdom because you don't recommend doing that.
Well, no, I always tell my customers, marry the house, don't marry the rate, because the rates can change. And real estate typically in the market always increases in value. It may slow down from time to time, but it generally never does go down. It might level off a little bit, but marry the house, don't marry the rate. The rate's going to change.
And once you have that vision that things aren't going well, that's where they need to contact you and start the process versus getting handed a piece of paper going, your house is going on sale at the courthouse in 30 days. They need to move quicker and get you involved. Go to HarmonRobinson.com. That's HarmonRobinson.com because I'm not a betting man, but I'll bet 9 times out of 10 they have a bunch of equity in their home and they don't know it and they think that they just need to walk away. Then their credit suffers, but you offer options.
Yes, I do. And, a lot of people don't understand how that works. Property, real estate will appreciate over time. And during that period of time, every payment you make reduces your balance. So that increases the margin between value and debt. And that's called equity. And so if you've been in your house for quite some time and you're running into issues with making the payment for whatever reason, the sooner you can get a hold of me or someone that can help you out in those areas, there are options that you can take to salvage at least your equity. Maybe not your home, but you can at least salvage that equity. And that, 100, 200 grand in the bank is going to help you get through the hard times.
Yeah, where you're able to steady your credit and then go rent or whatever the case may be, downsize. It gives you options versus just handing the keys and walking away. And that's where the house of cards falls, because it destroys your credit. You're walking away from possible money in your pocket, and that's just a bad situation to be in.
Well, the old saying, Kurt, and it happens in the car business too, cash is king in Texas.
Yep.
And I still believe that's the truth.
100%. Go to HarmonRobinson.com. If you're in a situation where you're needing a property, you're thinking about a property, or you need to get rid of a property, or here again, finances have caught up with you and you're going, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to be able to make my mortgage payment. Start today and be proactive at HarmonRobinson.com. Don't be reactive, but be proactive and go, hang on a second. Get in contact with Harmon. Harmon, give out a phone number where they can reach you.
You bet. 214-674-8388. That's 214-674-8388. That's the number I'm talking on the phone right now to you with. So it shouldn't be difficult to do.
Yeah, and so it's also posted right now on our live stream where you can get Harmon's phone number. But start today. It's the same thing I always tell people. The reason we have Harmon here is the most important purchase or biggest purchase in your life is going to be your home, and next is going to be where you park your car and in the car. Mm-hmm. And so we want to make sure that you have the right people in place. I take care of your automotive and let Harmon take care of your housing, whether it's going to be moving, selling, you're in trouble. You need to figure out, where you are on it. Because here's the thing. Harmon's can just be totally retired. He doesn't need to do this, but he has a passion for helping people. Harmon was my used car manager for many, many years, and I've got to know him, his family, and I know how he's wired. And this is something that he enjoys doing, Harmon. This is something you don't have to do. You just enjoy helping people.
Exactly, Kurt. And anything I can do, there's no commitment. Just give me a call or text me or whatever, and let's just talk about it. That may be some things I can offer you as options that you never really thought about.
That's right. 214-674-8388. That's 214-674-8388. Or go to HarmonRobinson.com and start your process today. Because if you're going, hey, we can't wait till we're so excited when President Trump gets inaugurated, then we're going to make the move. We'll get Harmon right now to help you with that move. 214-674-8388 or go to HarmonRobinson.com. Harmon, have a big day. We'll talk to you soon. And everybody, HarmonRobinson.com. Have a great one, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, buddy.
You bet. Thanks.
Quick
30
break.
seconds.
214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheeled Bo Carver, the amazing Maddie back in studio. We'll be right back.
My first feel sick. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. We're kind of rocking and rolling with everybody. A lot of people. Mike was saying that Bosworth and Jim McMahon used to get fined a lot for messes written on their sweatbands. Well, just had that with one of the 49ers players with a hat.
Yeah. He
said he was fined $11,000, but he said it was worth every nickel. It was worth it.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it amazing how odd these numbers are they come up with to fine people? I mean, It's just weird. I saw one fine that was such an odd number, right? $32,469 or whatever. And I don't know if it's a percentage of their pay or
that might have
whatever it worked, but they're always weird numbers. Like 10 grand is the first fine, 20 grand, but no, they come up with all these really, really odd numbers.
Well, some of the stuff that happens in the NFL is odd anyway.
Well, that'll get Goodell a new margarita machine for his
Boy,
mansion. And,
He's worthless. I don't know how he's kept that job that long. Do you?
you know, I'm not. We never see the internal and what it actually takes to be the commissioner of the NFL. I don't. I know that I've seen some things that I don't understand. One thing is getting the referees to a better level. Accountabilities on the referees. One thing that I've noticed, there's never been a change or an overturn on a protest from a team changing the score when the calls have been so bad. The Michael Irvin catch against Green Bay.
Right.
That would have put them in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
And so you look at things and all they can say is, well, no, it should be taken care of right then and there.
Well, my feeling is that I think everything should be challengeable. You get a certain amount of challenges, and it doesn't matter where you want to use them. Use it, because I don't understand why certain things you can challenge and other things you're like, well, that needs to be challenged. I mean, that would change the thing more than another different type of call would be. Well, that's just not challengeable. Why? I mean, I understand that the whole principle of their comments would be it slows the game down. But if you get two challenges, is it a half, I believe, or a game? Okay. You get two challenges a game. If you get it right, you get to keep it. What does it matter what you use it on?
Yeah.
If you want to use it on like, hey, there's too many people in the stands, you want to challenge, well, you lose your challenge. What difference does it make if it's something that would matter? If it's even a non-call?
Yep.
I mean, if you see somebody that got their head jerked off with a deal and they don't call it, you can say, hey, I'm challenging that.
Yep.
And how many times we've seen that?
I agree. I think that there's so many bad calls. And then the thing, too, is that, once a referee makes so many calls, he goes down the minor leagues. You bring another one up.
I think they should be fine I think they should be fine just like players do that don't do right.
No.
You don't think you should find the refs?
I don't. I think that you make so many bad calls, you have an alternate on the sideline and you swap jackets. Kind of like they do with the soccer players where they hold up the deal and say, hey, buddy, let's go ahead and take referee number 10 off. And then they swap jackets and, the next one goes on the field. And then you have the guys up in the booth. If you can find ones that were truly partial or non-partial to send a message down the referee going, hey, that was incomplete. That was a catch. He was not offside.
Right.
That was not holding.
There was a face mask that you didn't call.
Yeah.
Those things, those non-calls are actually worse than some of the calls.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Burleson Nissan, 35 in Renfro Road. I was just out there the other day, and I got to tell you, they are not they're not playing around. I would just tell you that. You can lease a new Nissan Sentra, $249 a month. It's $249 a month, or purchase it. Get this, $21,653. That's $5,000 less than the average pre-owned car. $21,653. $275 a month for a new Nissan Rogue. A Rogue under $30,000, $28,539. And it keeps going. New Nissan Kicks is a 2024, $278 a month. So you can get payments now, $345 a month on a Pathfinder. Let's keep going here. $278 on a Frontier. So as you go to burlesonnissan.com and take a look at what they're doing on their vehicles, Justin Crane, managing partner, general manager, he's got it going on out there. He is not missing a car deal. His used car manager is stepping up. He does not want to go to auction. This is a guy that wants your trade. He doesn't want to stand there and raise his hand and be, the last hand standing, because then you get a used car inventory that's extremely high. He wants to put all the money in your trade, not pay all the fees, not get a vehicle that he doesn't know anything about, and you'll be totally satisfied for what he's appraising your car for, which is reducing what you're paying for the new car, and everything works out just fine. My daughter's driving a brand new Nissan Sentra from Burleson Nissan, 35 and Renfro Road. Route me Justin Crane. He's the managing partner on the showroom floor all the time to make sure that your Nissan experience is second to none. That's BurlesonNissan.com.
And if you've got a question or comment, you can go to our Facebook page, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, or Shifting Gears, the Automotive Edge Facebook page, our Shifting Gears, YouTube at the Automotive Edge Radio Show YouTube page, or LinkedIn at Kurt Chase. And we do have a question. Billy Conroy, thanks for this question. Looking to buy a GX550. Been waiting 2 years for the new model. Your thoughts?
Can't go wrong. Nice rig.
For the new model, is the new models now out?
I don't know if the 550 is on the ground. I'll need to call one of my buddies and see
If there's
what they have on the property and what's coming down the pipeline. A lot of the new model releases, though, here's what I would do is I would wait, even though it's if it's out and the inventory, because of the price point. You always got to let these cars cool down. Here's the funny thing. People either don't want to buy the first new, totally redesigned.
Oh, they can't wait.
Or they can't wait.
Yeah.
And they pay these premiums, and then they call me up and go, hey, man, I'm about 10 grand in the toilet. Can you help me out? And they had to have it.
Well, we can change your toilet, but I don't know about that.
Yeah. And so,
well, Billy, if you need any kind of help with any of that, or questions, or have Kurt help you with, taking a test drive if they finally get there, go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt, leave your phone number, and say, hey, I got a few questions about this GX550. Give me a call. He'll be more than happy to help you out. And if you ever get to the place where you want to purchase one, he'll help you through it.
Well, if you're looking for a 2024, they're available. The 2025 is, I don't know. I don't know the release date because I hadn't got a call, but it's real simple. I just called my buddy over at John Karen over at Park Place Lexus, and he can tell me exactly what's going on. That GX550, that is one fine automobile. I mean, it's amazing now. I think Lexus is the new Cadillac, or has been, because when you get into the Lexus, I remember when their sedans came out, and you had the LS400, and then you had the 450, and then the 460, and boy, their sedans were as nice as it gets. I don't know that you could get any nicer. In fact, Ralph Paul, his Lexus 5 Series, I mean, it's just unbelievable. You get in there, and it's still got the one of the first cars with the heat and cool seats and all the goodies, all the luxury. And so on the 2025, if you want to just shoot me a message or an email, Kurt Chase at Yahoo, I'll get with John and see what he has available. And there's not a Lexus other than the small one that I would not put in my garage. Every one of their products I so enjoy. The cost of ownership, the resale value, second to none. So
quality and everything else.
I like everything about it. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Coming up, what is too expensive to take off-road? What is too expensive to take off-road? Because I'm seeing all of these new releases coming out for 2025, and it is amazing the price points and what they're doing to make these vehicles ready for off-road. And is there a certain point? I mean, I know some people that, money's no object and they really don't care. In fact, they'd love to take a nice rig somewhere and tear it up. But for the most part,
the average American person, what is their limit?
Yeah, what is too expensive? What are you looking for? Huh?
Uh-oh. We got issues here at the home studio,
Yeah.
but we're rocking live here. So thank y'all for being a part of our broadcast this morning. We're on Talk Radio 1190 AM KFXR every Saturday morning from 8 to noon. So be sure and share the word to people that
You can use the truck.
that use the radio. Let them know that we're there, and then let them know also that we're on Facebook. Just like and share these broadcasts, and it'll go to your timeline, and people will get notifications of that. And if they want to tune in, fine. If they don't, that's okay too. But we're here to help them. That's the main thing.
That's right. 214-787-1190. If you got a question about where to go, who to see, what to do when it comes to your automotive needs, real simple. Go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt, scroll down, leave me your name and number, and I'll call you immediately after the show. We'll make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of.
Got it posted on our live stream right now, theautomotiveedge.com.
Yep.
There you go. We're always here to help. At least if you call me, I'm going to redirect you.
Why? I thought you were the
Well,
car guru.
You know, they're kind of starting to come to me, believe it or not. It's happening on Monday.
That's right.
So, you know.
Are you going to do the walk around and presentation on the car?
No, I'm going to watch you do it.
Huh.
That's why I'm bringing you.
I'm going to be there a long time. I've got to meet my brother there at 8:15.
Really?
Yeah.
He's
And,
got something he's interested in too.
Yep.
Well,
And
we're going to be there at 1 o'clock. So that, yeah, you will be there all day. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. Again, no charge.
Yep.
And that's what we want to make sure you understand, that that's the way it works. And we want to make sure that people get treated right in all the places they go to get their vehicles. And if you don't take advantage of that, well, that's sorry.
Well, we want to make sure you know where to go, who to see, and what to do.
Correct.
Real simple. I was so happy I got to help my son's wife, twin sister, pick up a new vehicle the other day.
Oh,
And
cool.
met her and her husband, Brittany and Easton, at the dealership. And I appraised her car. The dealer appraised it. We're all within, a couple $100, and then he gave her the price on the new Kia Telluride.
Cool.
And everything worked out. She drove it home.
That's a nice vehicle right there.
Yes, I was there when I got there. And plus, now I always say, you pay me in a handshake, hug, and a prayer. I'll take all three. But if I save you money, pay it forward. If I save you time, volunteer. Well, she gave me a gift.
Really?
So if you look up in the window over there, I got new nutcrackers.
Ah, yeah.
So I got a pirate
Right
nutcracker,
about that.
and then I got a triple stack nutcracker and an ornament for my tree.
Well, let's see. Now that's better.
That's
than
a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's better than a hug and a prayer to Kurt.
Well, the prayer for sure.
Well,
I'll take.
yeah,
I always need prayer.
yeah, he definitely needs those. But those nutcrackers are home runs.
But I'm telling
the
you.
Kurt
And
Chase.
so she goes, we made sure you didn't have this one. So I don't know how they did that, but she was right.
I got a pretty good idea how.
I don't have that one. I got me a pirate now.
pirate. That's cool.
That's right. Good morning, Raquel. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Ed Radio Show. I got to figure out how to get Tim Riley over to see my grandkids and be Santa.
I wonder where he's at today.
Who knows? I'm sure he is
Does he
in
do,
high demand.
Shopping centers and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, there
Yep.
you go.
So, Maddie, I've got Tommy Milton trying to call in. He said there's not an answer. So if you could check the phone lines, he'll be Tommy, go ahead and try it again.
We got
I
to
have not been seeing someone call, but we can try again.
We got to
Okay.
take a break anyway, don't we? Right now.
I'll send you the message right now. Let's go to break. 214-787-1190. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Raquel. Thanks for tuning in. Haven't seen you in a little while, but appreciate you doing that. Good morning, Bo Carver and everyone from the ROD Testimonial Fundraiser Breakfast with Wally Hoskins. Is that how you said Hoskins? Hoskins? Yes, Raquel, there you go. Have an amazing day, everyone.
She's doing what?
They're having a, excuse me, turn this down a little bit. A testimonial fundraiser breakfast. Can you tell us what that means? A testimonial fundraiser, like people are
ROD. What is ROD? Do you know what ROD is?
No, but she could probably tell us, and we'll get it out to the other folk. Let them know. ROD.
Huh.
What do you think it stands for? Testimonial?
I don't know. Fundraiser breakfast with Wally Hoskins. I don't know who that is either.
It's a relative to Raquel. I know that.
Huh. Restoration Outreach Dallas.
Sweet. Fantastic. Well, best of luck with that this morning.
What number does Tim want?
I'm not sure. Do you want Kurt's number or whose number?
Today's yes. Got it. Thank you.
Raquel, good luck with that. And is Wally I'm sure, a relative? Is that a brother or father, uncle, cousin? And tell me, I'm not sure which number you're needing. And if I can get it, we'll get it to you. And thanks for everybody for always tuning into our show and giving us a thumbs up and liking us and making comments. And if you wouldn't mind, if you could go to, let's see what she says. Oh, new husband. Bo knows everything, right? Well, I'm learning this today. That's cool. Happy husband day to you, new husband.
Congrats
Fantastic.
on the new hubby.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Number to the show is 214. I'll post it. 214-787-1190. And call in. I'll post it. I've got it over here somewhere too.
Yeah, we grew up with Tim and Tommy Riley.
That's cool.
Yeah. His brother was same age as my older brother and sister. Went to school with them.
Oh, cool. I got it here somewhere already.
They enjoy us guys together now. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations to the both of you. New hubby.
Fantastic.
Bringing in the new year with a new hubby.
And having ROD breakfast.
There you go.
Nothing better than that.
Right. Have a little scrambled egg for me.
I
love scrambled eggs.
do too.
I learned how to make the best scrambled eggs.
I did it in the air fryer the other day.
This guy said put a teaspoon of water in it, just a teaspoon, and keep taking it on and off the heat while you're scrambling. Don't cook it at the heat at one time.
All right.
And I made what they called soft scrambled. Oh, my goodness.
You didn't do any oil at all? It was just water and a fry pan?
Yeah, well, it's nonstick.
I put mine in the air fryer the other day.
That's dumb.
It was great. And I had a duck egg that had a double yolk. It was huge. It's like it was huge, man.
In an air fryer. Then don't talk to me the rest of the show.
It was excellent. You always
Scrambled eggs in an air fryer.
You always
How
jump
are
on
you
there,
scrambling them in an air fryer?
You set the temperature and you do it for about 12 minutes. And every 4 minutes, you just kind of, get in there and make sure you stir it a little bit. It was fantastic.
12 minutes, I can do it on the stove in 30 seconds.
Well, that's not a bad idea. I'm not a cook chef like you are. I do it to eat. Sometimes I have to do it kind of a
long-handed.
Long way. Yeah.
214-787-1190. Let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline. We have our buddy Tommy Milton joining us today. Good morning. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Buddy, I got to tell you what. I was up there the other day and visiting with Jason, and I'm sitting here looking at your inventory and what Mazda's doing. And I talked about this earlier in the show when I was introducing you and your dealership, is that Mazda pulled out all the stops way ahead of the rest of the auto industry with 0 APR, and now you have no payments for 90 days. So if someone comes and see you and buys a vehicle, they don't have a payment due till February.
That's correct. Isn't that crazy? You don't have to make a payment until Valentine's Day. That's just nuts.
Yep. Happy early Valentine's, honey.
I know, right? Just get out there shopping for your Valentine's Day presents now. You don't have to pay for them until then.
That's right. And you got talk about the new Mazda CX-70. I mean, you've got one of the ultimate lineups of SUVs. You still got your car, but talk a little bit about it because that thing is setting records.
It is, man. It's a beautiful vehicle, and it's really a car unlike any other out there. There's not really a kind of a larger crossover SUV that only has the 2 rows. It's really made for that transitional period in life when the empty nester, where the kids are out of the house and we don't really need the 3rd row and the car seats and all that. We just want something that's a little bit bigger, more comfortable, great for road trips. It has that turbo 6-cylinder engine and just plenty of space and comfort. What we found, and I'm hearing it more and more, especially as more and more people learn about it, is, man, you know what? I didn't really know about it. Started to see some videos about it. Came out and drove it, and man, this is exactly what I didn't even know I was looking for. And that's kind of crazy because it's so true. It's exactly what most people want, but didn't even know that they wanted. And it's a great vehicle overall. Like I said, without really any kind of competition, any other vehicle like it out there on the road right now.
Well, on the other side too is if you have a new family and there's a baby on the way, what a great starter, for the people that are empty nesters or the ones that are starting a family. I mean, I got in that vehicle and went through it, and I'm like, boy, oh boy. And Mazda, talk about Mazda's image because they are spending a lot of money as well as the dealer with upgrading your facilities, the way you do business. I mean, there's a lot of change with Mazda because they want to be their own entity. They don't want to be rated with this group of cars or that group of cars. They just want their own identity.
Sure. Yes. I mean, well, Mazda has been kind of flying under the radar for quite some time. It's one of the best kept secrets out there. As far as quality goes, it's right there at the top. You look at all of the major ratings out there, and Mazda's ranked right there at the top as far as overall reliability, right there with Toyota, Honda, and the other staples of the industry. Main difference is, where Honda has Acura, Toyota has Lexus, those are their premium brands of those manufacturers. Mazda has decided, you know what? We don't need a premium brand. We are the premium brand. So they have really made this transition over the last several years to transition themselves from more of a kind of middle of the road to more of a premium auto brand. And you can really tell that by sitting in one, touching and feeling the Napa leather that's in there and the wood accents and everything else that goes along with the vehicle. And a lot of times just the closing the door and just hearing the sound that makes out of Mazda compared to the competition. You could tell when you're sitting in and working with a premium vehicle and when you're not. And Mazda has really stepped it up over these last several years in order to transition in a hurry. And they really have. You can tell whenever you come out here and sit in one of these vehicles, they've done an amazing job in that transition.
You just said something that's so funny. I always shut doors to hear what they sound like. And there was actually a product that
Don't you? I did too.
We really liked, and we shut the door, and we heard this ping, and I went, hang on a second, that can't be right. And this is a $40,000 car, and I shut it again and went, ping. I went, well, it doesn't make it a bad car. Now, there's just something about it. When you shut the doors on the Mazda, you get that thud that you're getting a good seal, a tight fit on the product. But then once you get in and drive it, here's the thing. If you go back to the Mazda Tribute and some of their old products and they move forward, this new CX-70 is actually a luxury product that you're selling.
It really is. Yes, the CX-70, the CX-90. I mean, both of those, they really have stepped it up. You sit in it, and I mean, they've kind of been modeled after, more of the premium vehicles that are costing $30,000 to $40,000 more, and you sit in them, and you can't tell the difference. You really can't.
Now, here's the thing. They got the new
drive it,
CX-90 where the third row is actually usable. It's a good, comfortable third row. And you got a fantastic lease on there for only $379 a month, or you got 0 APR available. So once again, everybody was like, how long can Mazda continue to run 0 APR and 90 days and low and low lease programs. I don't see that changing anytime soon. That's why I tell people, Tommy, there's no need to wait to come take a look at a Mazda. The deals are now because nobody has as low a lease program as you do on average, and the 0 APR and the no payments for 90 days. So for the end of the year shoppers, what do you say to them?
I say don't miss out. Right now, especially, we have some 2024 models that are still left here in inventory. Those are flying through real quick because of the incentives that Mazda has put on those for the end of the year. And really, with little change being made from the 24s to the 2025s, you're not really giving up a lot to save a lot. So I would say if you're looking for an incredible deal, there's never been a better time to buy or lease a new Mazda. So,
well, we had that family come out to see you, and they've never even thought about a Mazda. And then I talked to Tommy. I called Tommy. I says, hey, I got a family. They picked a color. And no, I was actually at your dealership. And you said, you know what, Kurt? I think we got one on the transport. I called them, and Hannah and her family came out and took delivery that day.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. We were happy to help, and they were great people.
Yeah, Jim and his wife, Marie, are in our Bible study, and we just got to talking, and they had all these other cars going. These are the only cars that she will drive or wants to own. I said, well, have you seen the new Mazda CX-5? And they went, no. And they picked out a color, and they met Tommy and his staff, and she called me. She goes, I can't believe this went like that. And I went, it's not because I called, because Tommy, yeah, we have a relationship as a sponsor of the show, but everybody gets the same treatment. You don't have to be part of the Automotive Ed radio show to get the red carpet to buy a new Mazda.
But it's nice to be. Let's start there, right?
No, we definitely want to make it easy. This should not be a difficult process to buy a new car, and I think a lot of that comes down to the dealership. And either you can make it easy or you can make it difficult, and we like to make it as easy as we possibly can for our customers to say yes.
So
the
2020
does a long. I was going to say the vehicle goes a long way in doing that, because the vehicle Mazda, it sells itself. And so from there, as far as the pricing goes, I mean, you've already heard what incredible interest rates we have, what incredible leases that we have going on. And then for us to just make a little minor tweak here on the pricing here or there, I mean, it really is an easy experience, very stress-free. We like to make it as quick and painless as we possibly can.
380 and 75. Start online at ElDoradoMazda.com. That's ElDoradoMazda.com. You're looking for a premium luxury vehicle without all the premium luxury pricing. The place, Eldorado Mazda, 380 and 75 in McKinney. Tommy Milton, new car director there, is the man, the myth, the legend in charge. He'll greet you, meet you, and make sure the numbers work out for you. Tommy, thanks for taking time to call us. Have a big Saturday.
Hey, thank you as always, Kurt. Appreciate it.
You betcha. Tommy Milton, new car director, Eldorado Mazda. Go to ElDoradoMazda.com. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, and enjoy the Eldorado Mazda experience. Quick break. Don't go away. 214-787-1190. We'll be right back. He is one cool cat.
Got a good voice for radio, too. It's nice to have the people that know how to talk when they make a call.
Well, he's passionate about his product.
Well, that shows in the conversation. Yeah.
Maddie. Hi, Maddie.
We have
Maddie.
Yes, what's up?
Maddie, we have another caller that's trying to call in.
Guys, I have not seen the phone light up ever since.
Okay. Well, Tim Riley, give a call in. That's 214-787-1190. Keep an eye on. He said he tried to call. Maybe he dialed the wrong number.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see the phone light up when he was talking on air.
Yeah, I told him we had somebody that was on there. So, Tim, give us a call. 214-787-1190. Think you might get answered. Hopefully.
Sometimes I feel like these people say they're calling in and
they
don't call in.
Either that or they're
like I'm
down
not
the
doing
wrong
my
number.
job.
They could do. Yeah.
Well, I guess
I got my ears out for these people.
Well, tell them how to fit. It's your time to shine. Tell them how it eats cabbage.
Oh, a cow ate your cabbage.
Yeah.
Maddie, you know who I'm having dinner with tonight?
Her father.
Who?
Your mom and dad.
Oh, is that where they're going tonight?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. My dad told me he had a dinner tonight,
Yep.
but he has dinners every night. Not every night, every week.
All the time, a lot.
Well, their anniversary is a day after our anniversary. And we never got together to have an anniversary dinner, so we're doing it tonight. Better late than never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long David and Ed have been married, but
Long enough to have.
Sorry, I was answering the phone. Santa's on the phone.
Cool. They've been married long enough to have you, right?
That's right. Yep. Maddie's
24, I believe, right?
Is she that old?
Didn't you
In
say
2 weeks.
24? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, got a good memory.
Got to do a birthday dinner. Always got to do a birthday dinner.
There you go. She has to do probably lunches.
I want to go to Fogo de Chao, but my mom is so anti Fogo de Chao.
Really?
Yeah, she says it's just too much for her. It's too much meat.
There's never too much
So,
meat. What is she talking
what's
about?
the day on your birthday? What date?
It's a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
Well, that'd be a good time
So
to
what
go.
is the day? What's the date?
It's a Wednesday, I said.
27th.
The 27th.
So it's the 27th?
Yes, sir.
All right. So me, you, and Bo will go do Fogo de Chao for your
Sweet.
birthday.
Awesome. What time?
I'm a carnivore all
Wouldn't
the
that
way.
be fun?
I don't care. Keep bringing that meat.
Can you do it during the day?
Yeah, I don't work in office anymore.
Okay. So that's a better time to go, right?
You don't work in office
Yes,
anymore. What
I
does
just
that
work
mean?
at night, and then even then, the Mavs played the 27th, but I requested off because I don't want to work on my birthday.
Do you want to go with us to that Fogo de Chao? Do you want to do that?
Let me see if my dad can come.
Yeah.
I would like for him to come
Bring
as well.
Dad. Bring Dad.
Bring Papa. We get along.
Dad's a carnivore.
We get
Believe
along.
me.
We get along with him okay every now and then.
Here's David. We go to eat. He wants the
1
meat
minute.
rare. He wants the asparagus blistered and a cup of butter.
He does like it charred.
And butter.
Butter.
I'm telling you, every time, no matter where we go get salmon. He
Butter.
wants it just barely seared and then blister the asparagus and bring him some butter.
Butter.
We go to eat barbecue.
seconds.
He
Same.
wants the meat rare, wet like you,
I love that.
nasty,
He's the man.
blistered vegetables and butter.
All right. Nothing wrong with that. He's got it down.
Oh, I'm telling you. We go to Fogo de Chao. He needs some butter and blistered vegetables and keep bringing the meat.
Where's the nearest one? Addison?
No, there's one up in Plano.
Oh, is there?
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
in
they,
Addison,
well, they have the one in Addison.
oh,
on
yeah.
Beltline.
But she lives in Plano, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they have one right off of 121 this side of
Well, that's like in 2
Wesley
weeks.
Stewart, Billy Taylor, and the lovely Mrs. Chase. Morning. You know Wesley, don't you?
Well, he used to be a very close friend, but I lost him to Kurt Chase
That's
as a
right.
best friend.
That's
so
right.
I'm losing him by the day.
That's right. Thanks, Wesley.
Good morning, Wesley.
Merry
From Florida.
Christmas to my best friend in Florida.
Yes, he is.
I wonder why that is. Why they're dropping their purple buddy. I mean, not completely dropping. You're just moving you down the pecking order.
Well, we got a caller.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Who do we have on the line with us today?
Merry Christmas! How's Santa's two favorite car guys doing?
There you
Oh,
go.
Santa, I am so glad you called because I've been a good boy this year. I've been doing good. I don't think Santa
Yeah,
believes me.
I'm laughing at that too. No
I mean,
doubt.
Santa, ever since I was a little boy, Santa, I've never been in trouble,
Hmm.
never been in a fight, always done what I'm supposed to do, Santa.
Yeah.
Santa's globe's about to blow up. I'm telling you.
There you go, baby. No doubt about it.
So y'all spreading cheer and joy, and I can't imagine how many kids you've had on the knee making out their list, Santa.
I'll tell you what, Santa's got the next thing coming up here pretty quick at Lake Dallas Elementary. You need to come out for a breakfast with Santa.
How about that?
We're expecting about 500 to 1,000 kids out there.
Boy, your knee's going to be really sore after that.
Santa's in the gym every day so he can pick them little boys and girls up.
That's right. So has inflation hampered you at all there, Santa? You still got plenty of food for the reindeer and plenty of cookies to load the belly up and get that suit filled?
Santa's good to go. Santa's close personal friends with the new president, Donald Trump, and he takes very good care of me. So we're all good to go there.
Hey, Santa, there's a question here that this guy sitting next to me keeps asking and demanding. He wants to be a Santa's helper.
No, that's not true.
You want to be an elf?
I want to be an elf.
So is there a size requirement for an elf job?
Wait a minute.
You know, I don't know that he could get in the door, but we might be able to help him out with maybe he can help with some of the cleanup for the reindeer. How's that?
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's a good job for him right there.
Yeah, what was his name in the movie Elf?
I can't think of his name. The guy that plays cowbell.
Yeah. What was his name in Elf?
I don't know. Do you remember?
Anyway,
Santa?
he worked.
Nah, Santa doesn't remember that.
He worked in the North Pole.
I can't remember.
No, I can do it. I can do it. I'm a good boy.
He cleans up after me every Saturday morning, so he could probably handle the reindeer.
Well, Santa, we appreciate you calling, and I'm going to be really good because I've only got one thing on my Christmas list this year, and hopefully I'll get it. If not, I'll come see you in the North Pole.
Well, I tell you what, Kurt, you got Santa's secret number. You give me a call. We'll see if we can't work out a special visit for your grandkids.
There you go, brother.
Wow.
Hey, happy holidays. We love you, brother. And Santa, keep up the good work.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
There
we go. Now, how many radio shows get Santa to call in?
Well, call in again. You got a lot of time for Christmas here. So anytime you got you're going to be somewhere or going to do it, give us a call and give us a good,
Absolutely. We got some good stuff coming up.
All right.
Yeah, we got cookies and milk waiting for you, Santa.
Sir.
Can't wait to see you.
Sounds great.
All right. Take care. That's Santa 2024 here on the Automotive Edge Radio. There's not another radio show that has Santa on today.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
We're flooding the market with it today.
That's right. We have the Santa calling in.
Spread
My
the
day's
love.
complete. I don't need anything else today. I'm done.
I'm
good. I can go off air right now.
And we got the new pirate.
Well, no, the pirate's out in the other room.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I'll have to go get him and bring him in where everybody can see my new Nutcracker.
Yeah, he's getting better. We're just getting in the Christmas spirit. Don't forget about Thanksgiving first, but we can still have that Christmas spirit now.
Day.
Huh? Okay.
Okay.
Well, you don't upset people out there that loves Thanksgiving.
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I put up my Christmas lights, and I had 3 guys come over and go, "Hey, thanks a lot." And all their lights are up, and they're going, "Dude, it's November 1st." I'm like, "Yes, sir. It's the holiday season." And now there's like 8 on the street already have their lights up.
You pressured them, did you?
I did. I did good. 214-787-1190 is the number. When we get back, I am blown away by what is being considered off-road fun here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFXR, part of the iHeartMedia Network. And we've got a whole lot more coming up. In fact, what's going on with the new 2025 Charger 6-pack is what they're calling it. And we got your Q&A. I had a ton of stuff pour in today on the internet yesterday and this morning. And so we're going to try to get to as many questions as we can to help you with your automotive needs. So whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, go to theautomotiveedge.com.
A reindeer cleanup.
That's right. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number. I'll call you right after the show to make sure that your automotive needs are taken care of. And man, I'm telling you what, I feel jolly. I feel good.
We were having a good morning anyway, but now with that.
Did you get excited to hear from Santa, Maddie?
I did.
Oh my gosh, that was so blah.
She's counting down for us going to break.
No, sorry, I was trying to turn my mic on.
Oh, okay. 214-787-1190. Let's take a quick break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Good morning, Gary Gober.
Purple Haze, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing all right this morning. Don't lock me out of the house. We are here every Saturday morning, so like and share the broadcast. Excuse me. If you would, the best way to do it is if you're tuned into the show, there's a little white arrow at the top left-hand corner. You can come out of the show. You'll still see us. And then right underneath there's a button. You hit that, and then it'll say, it's like a blue. It says share now. If you do that, it'll go to your timeline with this broadcast, and then people can know what we're doing. And they can start following the show if they want. They can like our page, which is the Automotive Edge Facebook page. And if they're interested in tuning every week, or maybe they're not interested at all, but we're here to help. We're here to try to help people with all their automotive needs, whether buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, body shop, tires, whatever it is that they are in need of in the automotive land. We're here to help that. And if you're in the need for any of those things, we're on our show every Saturday morning here from 8 to noon. But during the week, if you have a question or comment, you can go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt, leave your name and number, and say, hey, give me a call and what maybe you're interested in. I'm looking for a new car. I'd like to know what my trade is, all those kind of things. He'll get back with you and help you without any problem at all. So you want to see that up close now, do you? Is that what you brought it out for?
Well, I did. This was another gift.
All right. Let me do my magic here, okay?
There we go.
How about that?
And you can see all the little coins and everything. It's a little treasure chest down here.
How about that?
So this was given to me from Brittany, who we helped with a let's get the whole deal. Look at and wait till you see her. Look at all the coins.
How about them apples, huh? The
Yeah,
pie.
that's right.
Look at that, the peg leg.
That's right.
Sweet.
So anyway, thank you, Brittany, for the Nutcracker.
That's pretty sweet right there.
Yeah.
We got him in the studio with us.
You got his peg leg and coins, his treasure chest.
Got the whole 9 yards.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's the deal right there. Plus, he's dressed real nice. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, if you really want Kurt to help you, get him a Nutcracker. You're going to get first-class service right there.
Can't go wrong with
He might even bring Santa to one of your, purchases.
That's right. Highly Acura will be our next sponsor.
All right.
214-787-1190 if you want to give us a call. And I guess we should have had people calling with their Christmas list since we had Santa.
Yeah, another thing too, if you want to wish somebody happy birthday or an anniversary, hey, we're here to take your call. We want to share the love and spread the, all that. So if you have that, and you want to do that, just call 214-787-1190. Maddie's not doing nothing anyway, so she'll take your call and say, wish somebody happy birthday or anniversary or whatever you want to do to, help people out there that are having special days.
Yep.
So we're here to take that
call.
That's
important. I think birthdays are just important as any holiday.
Oh, no doubt about it.
I love birthdays. I celebrate as many birthdays as I can.
Well, and I know it's important to you.
Yep.
Especially yours is coming up in February, right?
Yep.
And you'll
52.
be. What was that again?
52.
Okay, well, penance is fixing to happen again over here in a few months.
There's nothing wrong with being 52, Bo. I can be whatever I want to be.
Yeah, I guess so. That's right. Well, now the new age of that, you can identify as that for sure.
Well, here's what it is. I can be whatever age I want to be.
I want to identify as 120. Boy, that guy looks really great for 120, don't he?
You know what's amazing? I was watching this news and watching this guy go on campus, and actually why he even asked, "What do you identify as?"
He asked that question, huh?
And he goes, "Excuse me, miss." And this lady went off, "Miss, where did you come up with miss?" He goes, "Because you're a woman." And she said she was a cat.
We saw that video of that guy claiming to be a cat. It didn't work out so good for him, did it?
Boy, that was really sad, wasn't it?
That was rough. Yeah, I think you might want to really, analyze before you start telling people you want to be a cat or a dog or a tree, because they liable to go get a chainsaw after you. You know what I mean? If you want to be a tree and they need you some wood, you might be in a fireplace. This one guy that claimed to be a cat got in trouble that way with a police officer. Wouldn't run.
Yeah, it didn't work real well for him, did it?
No.
Yeah.
So Wesley Stewart says, all I want for Christmas is to come back to Texas to see Bo and Purple Haze. How about that? What happened to Kurt? Your new best friend's already turning on you.
No, he already sent me a private message.
Oh, is that what it was?
He said he'd spend a week with me and then a day with you.
Wesley, come on, baby. Purple Haze loves you. I like you too. Purple Haze just said, come on. Love to see you.
There you go. I'm so looking for the holidays. I just love the time you have together for the holidays.
Well, it's got an exciting aura to it. The weather kind of changes, and for us, we don't get as bad as a lot of people, but Purple Haze she always wants snow for Christmas. I don't want it.
So do y'all stay in town?
Usually. Sometimes we go to family, Nacogdoches or whatever.
What are y'all doing this year?
I'm not quite sure, but I think that she's talking about going out of town. Yeah.
Two 214-787-1190 is the number. This segment of the show is brought to you by Highly Accurate Fort Worth. My buddy David Gomez, managing partner, general manager. He's ready. You've got the 2025 Integra hatchback, the MDX, the RDX, the TLX, and now the ZDX. And if you're an electric shopper, that new Acura ZDX is everything you want in an electric vehicle. Size, design, looks, and let me tell you, that is an accelerating bad boy machine. And that thing is a monster on the road. I took it out myself and David Gomez and Dean, the service director there, and saw exactly what a top-of-the-line electric vehicle will do. And it checked every box as far as acceleration, looks, space. I'm big on the sound system. Obviously, it's very important that disco is very clear in the car. And now they've got great lease programs on it, $7,500 tax incentive. And I'm telling you, it's going away. The $7,500 is going to go away. That's one of the first thing on Trump's chopping block is that taxpayers should not be paying for people to drive cars. And so if you're going to get it now. And the place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth, right there at Riverside and 820, and stop in and see David Gomez. But I got to tell you what, that Integra, you want to have some fun with a car that still has a shaker, manual transmission. That's the car. And when you take a look at Acura, the resale value on it, the cost of ownership, when I go back and talk to Dean and the folks back in service, I mean, their warranty claims are minimal. That's why I endorse Acura, one of the best sport luxury products available today. But the place, Highly Accurate Fort Worth, that's Highly Accurate Fort Worth. Meet David Gomez. Let him know you're listening to the Automotive Ed radio show. And if anything, just experience the drive and the handling on what an Acura can do for you. That's HighlyAccurateFortWorth.com. So I'm out looking at all these new vehicles today, this week and yesterday, and I am blown away by the cost of these new vehicles. What people are paying for SUVs and taking them off road. So would there be a problem if you bought $80,000 rig. Is that something you'd take off road, having
Yeah.
fun, mudding, camping?
No, I would go buy one of those bugs, Volkswagen bugs that you turn into, a beat. What do they call them? What would they call those type of? They had a name for those bugs like that had the all geared up to go out like that. I would do that. I'm not going to take an $80,000 vehicle out and off road it and go through swamp and sludge. Are you?
Well, I guess
Are
if
you
you
one
got,
of those that will?
I guess if you got the money, get this. The
You didn't answer
average,
the question.
well, I'm not an off-road kind of camping guy.
You're a speed guy,
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got a need for speed.
right? I got you. Okay.
But get this, all of these new vehicles that are coming out now, whether it's the new Land Rover, the new Range Rover, the new Toyotas. I mean, golly, I'm sitting here looking at all these, the Land Cruiser, and now Ford's Expedition. I'm going.
I don't know that I take that kind of vehicle out there. I mean,
So
and Purple Haze says it's the Baja.
The Baja.
Yeah. So that's something I do, but I don't know about taking that kind of vehicle out on off road.
Well, get this. They the new largest SUV that Ford builds is the Ford Expedition.
Right.
Yeah, the Ford Expedition lineup is they reduced all. They had so many different trim levels now, but they have a new one, the new off-road trimmer. Off-road trimmer, $85,000 starting price.
And it's an Expedition.
It's an Expedition.
Wow.
And you look at what this thing will do, and I'm going, holy cow, would you take an $85,000 rig? And everybody that I talk to that is big in offer, like, heck yeah, that's what it's meant to do. You look at the new Land Rover, starts at $63,000.
What about all the scratches and stuff that you'd probably get it out there? That's the thing, that it's not so much what it would do in the process of being in those environments, but all the, going through, high grass or high weeds or, mudding and all that kind of stuff. It's gotta beat up the body a little bit. What do you think?
Well, what they're saying is they're designing these things now to where you can take them out and really beat them up. I mean, they can really beat them up. And the new Expedition starts at $63,695, which comes in with the new Land Cruiser, and then you look at your Land Rovers, and you go across the board and you start looking at all these vehicles that they're really wanting you to enjoy off-road with all these off-road packages. And I'm going, how many people are actually going to do it? So I'm sending out a survey next week to everybody going, is there a vehicle, would you take a brand new $63,000 vehicle out to the woods? Or out to wherever to go camping, to take it off road. And I got a buddy, Matt Oxley, who was my pastor for a long time, still a very dear friend. And I don't think if that thing was $1 million, he's going to put a lift kit on it. It's going mud. I'm telling you, when he bought his new 4Runner over there at Freeman Toyota, I mean, you ought to see his previous 4Runner. That thing, I don't know how big a lift it was, but he's going mud. So price tag doesn't predicate where Matt's taking his vehicle. And so I'm sitting there looking at it going, wow, what is, and here again, I'm so anal. If I got a brand new vehicle, it's going to stay spotless. I take very good care of my vehicles. I've never owned a vehicle that I would take mudding. All these vehicles are now coming with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive.
Well, the one good thing about it is that if you live in an area that may get a lot of snow or a lot of rain, a lot of nasty stuff, those vehicles would be great for that. I mean, and so I can see why you'd even buy it for an environment that has a lot of that going on. But I don't think that I would just say all of a sudden I'm going to pull off the freeway, load my family up in an Expedition and start rocking. I don't see that, but I can see why they would want that kind of vehicle for the elements that may be overpowering them in a lot of times,
So you wouldn't take a brand new vehicle out camping and mudding?
No. I know I would. I'm like you. I just wouldn't do it. It'd go against the grain of what a new vehicle's supposed to be.
Well, I got to tell you, the way they're designing this, when you look at Nissan and their off-road products, and then you look at Ford now with their well, last year was called a Timberland trim, and now it's Tremor. And you go across the board and you start looking at these rigs and what they're doing. The new Sequoia, the Sequoia, $70-something thousand TRD Pro. You're going, goodness gracious, that's a lot of money to be going off-roading and mudding and having a grand old time with the vehicle. But you know what? So many people that I talked to are going, how cool is it knowing you got a vehicle that if you pull up and there's no parking, but there's a field over there, you can go stick it in the field and not worry about it.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. There's a lot of times people have that issue or circumstance. And I get why you'd want that kind of vehicle to be able to do those, because even if you help people tow them out of something, I mean, you could pull them out of problems if they're stuck in a ditch or whatever. You can have that kind of vehicle to help them get out of it. And so I get it. I just wouldn't want to just arbitrarily go, redneck and,
I mean, that's a lot of money. When I start looking, I remember, back up, 10, 15 years ago, people were buying, the 4Runners and the Blazers and Explorers and Honda Pilots and, I can keep going on and on and on that, people put a lift kit on it. They put the big mud tires on it and went and had a grand old time. Now, it's amazing how the auto industry is shifting back to, let's take an $80,000 vehicle and go have fun in it.
So the question was, or you were going to ask it that way, is to the folk listening in, if you want to make a comment on a broadcast or call in, what would be the dollar figure that you would not do that at?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
And so I would say probably for me that I would maybe do it would be maybe a $30,000 vehicle.
Wow.
Maybe 30.
You know what? When I ask people that own Mercedes-Benz and BMW, Audi, would you take the vehicle off-road and have a grand old time in it? Absolutely not. And these are vehicles that have incredible all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, traction control, off-road. They got some products out there that have rock climbing modes in them. Crawling modes in them. You look at the new
back up in the mud
Hummer with the crawl.
Oh wow.
Mode in it, and that's you take the top line Hummer, you're looking at $140,000. Are you going to take that off road? And everybody I talked to that owns it, absolutely.
And that's an EV vehicle too, right?
Yep, 100%. I'm going. For me, I'd take an oldie but goodie out there, and beat the heck out of it. Because if I'm going to go out and do it, I'm going all in.
1 minute.
That's why I said Baja. Fix that up and really dirty it up and kick it. It doesn't matter if it gets dented or scratched. That's what I think about it.
Yeah. 214-787-1190. Your thoughts? How much vehicle is too much to take off road, or is it? 214-787-1190 is the number. Let's take a quick break. I'm Kurt Chase, the great one, Big Wheel Bo Carver, Maddie back in studio. Don't go away because we'll be right back.
So Ralph is asking a question. Did you see that question? No, Ralph, I can answer that. They're not going to stop making them. But
they're going to stop the mandates.
They'll stop the mandates, and there's still a demand for those. And believe it or not, as much as we're not really it doesn't fit our lifestyle, Kurt's lifestyle. Things would have to change for me to really want one.
But, I think it's going to be 10% of the marketplace. I don't think it's going to be what it is now, what they're trying to make it.
Well, it's not really any more than 10% now, is it?
No, it hadn't hit there yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So at some point, that may be where it hits, and that's probably where it would stay, because you got to remember too, also, Ralph, hybrid's going to be coming in. It's already coming in. Gas is not going to go away. I mean, as much as those wackadoodle-doos out in California want to see that, They may not have anybody living in California if they can't buy gas. So, but no, they won't go away, but at least it'll stop the manufacturers from having to do something they don't want to do, putting the pressure on the dealers, pressure on the people to do it. And it'll work itself into a way to where it's supply and demand. The people want it can buy it and get it, and the people don't, they won't. And I think that's the way it should have been all along. And I think that would have helped the EV market really better by just promoting it in a where, hey, this is what we got, this is what we can do. I think that one big thing too for me is the pricing is going to have to change overall for EV vehicles.
Yeah, well, the cheap ones that they're trying to bring in the United States, when Trump gets in, he's going to put tariffs on all this stuff.
They want to
Is
bring them in.
the Chinese cars going to make it? I hope not. The average EV is respectably is around 60 grand.
Right.
And thank goodness that he's getting rid of the $7,500
a-
tax credit. I was 100% against it when it came out. I'm going, I hear people, well, the government's paying for it. The government doesn't have any money.
Right.
How is
We're
the government
paying
paying for anything? They got an interest payment fixed to come up, $1.25 trillion interest payment. And so everybody's sitting in Congress making six figures, running us financially into the toilet, and handing out money left and right just to get elected. Well, we know that didn't work. Clearing all the college debt. Hey, you shouldn't have signed the paperwork. You shouldn't have signed the paperwork. They make it so easy for you to take out a loan, but all of a sudden you figure, oh, well, I don't want to pay the loan. Well, if you buy a house and you don't pay for the house, do you get to stay in it? No. You buy a car and you don't pay for it, you get to keep driving it? No. And here's the thing. You're looking for the government to bail you out, and the government's broke. They're the only ones that can write hot checks and get away with it. Because when you're $35 trillion in debt and you're still writing checks, you're going, wait a minute, where's this money coming from?
Well, and the people that got those benefits too, they're going to be surprised when they go to trade it or to bring it, do something with that vehicle. They're going to find themselves and not very happy when that comes right off their top on
100%.
And they don't realize that, but until it happens, then they're going to be ticked off at the government and blame whoever's president then instead of blaming the person that set that up.
Well, they said, what does Ronald Reagan say? The last thing that you want to do in life is rely on your government.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am?
We have Ralph on hold.
Okay. The last thing you want to do in life is to rely on the government.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think everything ought to be returned to the states, and that'll determine where people want to live.
Correct. That's the good point right there. If you're complaining about you don't like certain things in the state, we have, plenty of states to move to. Nobody's holding you back.
Yep.
15 seconds.
Go. I think if I lived in a state that I was not happy with, maybe California or some of those numbnut states, I wouldn't stay there. Would you? Would you find a way to move and get out?
I'd have been gone.
Yeah. Listen to this.
Chestnuts
Oh boy, she's putting us in the mood.
Oh, you go, man.
Maddie, you're knocking home runs today.
You know who this is?
Yes, it's it's King Cole. What's up? Matt. I could not admit it. I stuttered a little bit.
His daughter does that side by side while he's singing. Natalie Cole. Oh my God.
But this is that voice.
I wonder where you get mistletoe these days.
East
Grow on
Texas.
trees.
East Texas. They have it out there.
I like mistletoe. I used to carry it around with me all the time. Then I got married, so now I just hold it over my wife's head. 214-787-1190. That's 214-787-1190. Let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline. We have Ralph Paul joining us. Good morning, Ralph. How are you, brother?
Good morning. How's everybody doing over there?
We're doing peachy, groovy, cool. How about that?
All right.
Have you ever
You
been
guys sounded
peachy,
good
groovy,
today.
cool?
Doesn't that sound about the 60s to you or what?
Yeah, in the 70s, I did feel that
okay,
way.
probably 70s, I guess.
Yeah. Did you know that we had Santa on our show today?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you missed it. We had Santa calling in on the Automotive Ed radio show today.
Well, that's very positive.
Yeah.
Very positive.
For people that don't believe, your stocking will be full of coal. So let's talk
So
about
have you-
your CBD store in Keller. I was just up there the other day, and I picked up my wife needed her mental gummies and the nighttime gummies for the both of us, and I picked up some brain boost. And I was there, and you had several people in the store. You had a retired veteran, then you had the other lady in the store, and listen to them talk is absolutely incredible, the kind of results that your product can give these folks.
Absolutely. And, I think the election it made people a little more reserved. And now that this is over, they're just coming in droves again. And, we have a new product called the guava gummies. And guava is a tropical plant, with roots traditionally used to make a calming beverage that helps relieve like anxiety, stress, and sleep issues. It's growing in popularity in the Western culture. It's led to the rise of like kava bars and a variety of supplements. And now we have it in the gummy. It only sells for $39.95. And when it actually sells for $55, but listeners, we're going to do it for $39.95. And they are pretty interesting little gummy. So again, there's no CBD or no THC in these products. And again, that's the direction of our company, more about health and wellness.
Yeah, it's not about the high, it's about the health. And I bought a 4-pack of the Brain Boost, and I dropped it off at 3 different places. And I got a call 2 hours later from one, later that day from the other one, and one that evening going, what the heck is in it? I said, there's a QR code, scan it. It'll tell you everything that's in it. And my buddy goes, Kurt, I stood out. I've walked out into my garage 100 times looking around going, I just can't do this. He said, I drank a half a can of that Brain Boost, and I went out and totally reorganized my garage. He said, I was just focused on what to do versus going, this is overwhelming. Right. And so then I have my son, who's a mortgage broker dealing with numbers. He's been enjoying it. Same thing with my wife. So, and it's not about the high, because you can't get high and do what you need to do. And so your products are absolutely incredible, and they're one of the cleanest products you can put in your body, Ralph.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the ingredients there is the lion's mane, which is considered the smart mushroom, and it gives you just a little bit of energy, but a lot of focus. And it's one of the key ingredients in that product.
There you go.
Melinda said she loves the CBG, which I use G for go, and her bedtime gummies. But you know what? It's about the interview too, Ralph. When people come into your CBD store, or you can go online, your CBD store, Keller.com. There's all the QR codes, all the products you guys ship for free. But that dialogue is paramount, because you guys are going to ask some questions that maybe the consumer wasn't thinking about, going, aha, maybe I need to try this. So it's all about that fact finding that you need. Those conversations are just the best.
Exactly. And, let's say we have about 5-6 different types of sleep gummies. And usually when somebody buys or purchases one type, we usually sample a lot of products, because everybody is different. And what works for me doesn't work for you. And so we sample and, hey, try this, try that. And then we dial in on what works for that individual. And that's worked really well for us.
The place, your CBD store, Keller.com. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. They're located in Keller, right across from Driver's Edge Auto Repair. Stop in, try a sample, meet the folks, and learn. Or go online and check out the products, and give them a call and let them talk to you over the telephone to find out what's going on. Ralph, you're the best. Get to feeling better, brother. We'll see you soon.
You got it. I appreciate you guys. Have a good show.
You bet. That's your CBD store, Keller.com. You come to my house, I've got 8 different products here, and we use them all. and it has been life-changing from the trim to the seltzers to the gummies, getting a good night's sleep. It all works. Go to your CBD store, Keller.com.
And their phone number is 682-593-7299. So
there you go. And it's we're streaming the number and the name right here on the site. It's your CBD store, Keller.com. Well, coming up in the next segment, we're going to be talking about the CARS rules. And do you agree? Do you agree with the rules the government is setting forth in the new CARS Act? And how is that going to affect you? And when I read you some of the verbiage, it's pretty entertaining. What Buttigieg and them are trying to
throw in at the last minute.
Yeah, when it says
Hail Mary,
combating automotive retail sales. I'm like, combating.
Now, what an attitude. Why would you want to have that verbiage of combating it? Why don't you, how about support?
Yeah.
Not combat. I mean, that sounds like, we're just going to war against the dealers, the manufacturers all the time, which seems to be like what they're doing a lot of times.
Sure. Here again, I've been in this industry. This will be 37 years. And for anybody to come in and say, this is how you're going to do business, here's the sad part. When we tell them and with our votes on what they need to be doing, they totally ignore us.
Yeah.
They get to Washington, they become part of the Boys and Girls Club of America,
and then do
whatever they want.
But then make lying promises to get reelected, and then you repeat the process.
Yeah, they say the average one makes 50 promises and only 2 will come true.
Yeah, that's probably right.
So anyway, stay in your wheelhouse. Just stay in your wheelhouse. If you haven't been in the trenches, then don't think that you can fix it. Just leave it alone. And especially when it's the top floor. I agree that we should be building safe cars. I think that we should be building cars that we continue to reduce the amount of pollution coming out the exhaust, which they're leaps and bounds ahead of every other country in the world doing that. Some of the greatest technology in the world is coming right here in the United States with how to make diesels burn better and how to make this work better and how to make that work better. They've already figured that out, and they're continuing to Kaizen, making better. And that's what it's all about. How do we make better?
Well, the one thing I disagree with is the cafe. I mean, to me, if people want to pay $50 price for gas, if they're driving a vehicle that does that, then why shouldn't they be able to do that? Why should they put the pressure on the manufacturer?
Brittany's watching. Brittany's the one that gave me the nutcracker.
Yeah, we just changed the subject right in midstream.
No, that's fine. Keep talking.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't think that that's really trying to find the clicker to make it close. Here it is. Yeah. Let me get a little closer right here while I'm talking.
Here we go, Brittany.
I just don't think that the manufacturer should be put under so much pressure about the miles per gallon a vehicle puts out. I mean, if you have a car, Kurt, that you want and you don't mind paying $50 a gallon, what difference does it make?
That's right. 100% agree. And there should be no cafe. A lot of people disagree, but hang on a second. Why does the government decide how many miles a car should get?
What if I want to pay $1,000 for a pizza? If I want that,
yeah, they come in and regulate the price of pizzas.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Y'all are paying too much for pizzas. No. We got to regulate that.
Yeah. No.
Let the consumers decide. 100%. Mind your own business if you don't know about the business.
There's enough people that says, I want to save money buying gas. And there's other people that says, I don't care.
That's right.
So let the consumers decide. And I think it'll just equal out on its own in the better behalf of the American people.
No doubt about it. 214-787-1190 is the number. We get back. The CARS rules by the FTC. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Blaming on your roots. We'll be right back. It's on you, baby.
All on my roots.
I showed up
in blues and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know.
The last
one to show I was the last one you thought you'd see there.
Okay, I'll stop. Hopefully I didn't lose any listeners doing that. Morning, Randy Tucker.
I took his glass of
Thank you, Brittany. I got the other one up in the window. Also, where's my cooker? Oh, right up there. My smoker. Have a smoking holiday. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best. And Brittany brings more energy and sweetness and happiness. Goodness gracious. And she called me Sunshine. 214-787-1190. If you'd like to join us, it's 214-787-1190. If you got any comments, you can post that on the Automotive Edge stream, and we'll read your questions out loud. And also, Brittany's husband, man, I had so much fun talking to Easton about, I had no idea what was going on in the animal world when it came to meat processing and everything else. Man, that guy is one interesting dude to sit and talk to. So it's great hanging out with Easton and Brittany. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us here. 214-787-1190 is the number. Or go to theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt and leave me your name and number, and we will give you a call, take care of it, and make sure you're well informed.
And in your comments, say hello, Bo.
Yeah, say hello, Bo. Don't leave Bo out. Bo feels so neglected.
I think I need to recorrect what I said about the cafe or the gas. I said somebody should be able to pay $50 a gallon. I meant if they get a vehicle that gets 10 miles a gallon, they should be able to get that or do that. I didn't mean it. I kind of went a different deal. I don't think anybody wants to pay $50 a gallon, but if they have a vehicle that gets 10 miles a gallon or 8,
and
they're happy with it, somebody's going to want one for 40 or 50 miles a gallon. This should be their choice.
Yeah, here's the thing. Stay in your lane with what you know. They got that Buttigieg guy in there that's head of the Department of Transportation, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
So, but
there's different people that are appointed to positions, and they're clueless on what to do. And then they surround themselves with a bunch of people that think they know what to do. And the American people are always the ones that are punished.
Well, there's nothing worse than being put in a position of somebody pushing you or making you do something that you know is not even right. And you just go like, you're not making any sense. You're saying to do something and you're completely off base with what you're demanding, but yet they still demand because they have the power to demand it. And that's where it gets rough with the American people.
Well, it's a sad day when you go, well, if I have to, I guess I'll take that.
Yeah, it is.
When you look at the average new vehicle, $46,000, average pre-owned $27,000, and getting more expensive, the prices are not going down. And you've got people making high six-figure income, telling us what we should do.
And don't know what
the government's getting buried in debt. I don't listen to people like that.
And they have no idea what they're even talking about.
It's like walking into a dentist and go, hey, I think I'm having a heart attack. Can you help me? Not the guy.
No.
So hopefully,
or either
I'm looking forward to it, clean this mess up and turn it around.
If you have a decay in one tooth, you have to have all your teeth pulled.
Yeah.
It might get catchy.
20 seconds.
Yeah, just take them all out. We recommend dentures.
You got to take them all out if you have decay.
We'll go Grapevine Dodge. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out.
Thank you, Maddie, for doing a great job this morning, as always.
Yep.
I bet you love this.
Lower Express.
Getting in the bed already? I usually don't get ready until after Thanksgiving. How about that?
It's beginning to look a lot like the sun.
To a happy place.
Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again. Candy canes and silver lanes that glow.
214-787-1190 is the number, and it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I remember going to Five and Dime, and that's where we got Mom and Dad's Christmas. It was so funny. They'd open it up and they'd get so excited. And, you took whatever allowance, you went up and bought everybody Christmas. And I remember we moved out of our house in Irving. We went up in the attic and we found a box and it had all the cologne had evaporated because, it's alcohol.
Right.
And it was like 20 bottles of Old Spice
or something, right?
Brute.
Brute.
And,
Boy.
Everything had evaporated.
Oh,
Dad didn't ever want to tell us, hey, don't buy this stuff.
I tell you what, I used to love is going to Western Auto.
Oh, yeah.
Right before Christmas, man. You see the bicycles and all the stuff, man. You just got that warm feeling like, yeah, Christmas is coming, and Western Auto's my place.
Yep. Well, hey, let's talk about another great sponsor, Grapevine Dodge. Pacifica Hybrids, huge discount. Grand Wagoneers, $13,000 off. $10,000 off Jeep Wrangler Sports. $12,000 off Cherokee Limited Summit. $11,000 off of Wagoneers. $15,000 off of Ram 1500s. And $9,000 off the 2500 Tradesman. And $12,000 off of the Pacifica Hybrid Pinnacle. I mean, you talk about discounts. There's the lowest one was $9,000 off MSRP. The place, Grapevine Dodge, 121 and William D. Tate. See my buddy Shane Peck and let him know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show, but you're driving off the lot in equity. And let me tell you, they took a lot of their Chargers and Challengers. They were service loaners, which means that service kept them up, service maintained them, and now they're for sale on the pre-owned lot. And you talk about some nice cars with some great discounts. They don't make them anymore. The Challenger and Charger are gone. And so you can still get one. They've got some of the great colors, too, the orange and the green and all the exotic that make American muscle what it used to be today. The place, Grapevine Dodge, 121 and William D. Tate. Log on to grapevinedodge.com. That's grapevinedodge.com. And right when you go to specials, you'll see all these massive discounts just popping up one after the other. And don't lose your chance. If you're a American muscle kind of person, you want one, now's the time to get it because the RT Hemi Challengers and Chargers are gone, along with the Hellcats. The place, grapevinedodge.com. Good morning, Michael Young, one of my good buddies. For many, many years. Love you like a brother from another mother. And
general manager of the Texas Rangers, right?
Well, not this Michael Young, but
well, then he was the one that played.
No, not that Michael Young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what? Michael's cooler. He's cooler than all of them.
He's number one, no matter what, right?
That's right. And my buddy Michael Young. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edge radio show. So here's what we have. The FTC decided to come out with the CARS rule, and that's CARS. And I was laughing every time I read this thing. I kept reading it going, is this really how boring our federal government is to come out and go, you know what? I think they had this big wheel. And in this wheel, the wheel that you sit there and go, yeah, and it finally stopped like on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have all the dumbest, craziest topics in the world and things they think they should fix, and they spin it. Well, they landed on the FTC car rules. And it says, this is what's so funny. It said, the CARS rule prohibits misrepresentation about material information.
You have to say that one more time because I have no idea what you just said.
The CARS rule, and that's capital CARS, prohibits misrepresentation about material information. That's one. Two, the CARS rule requires dealer to clearly disclose the offering price, the actual price anyone can pay to get the car.
Oh, wow. That is insane.
It gets better. The CARS rules make it illegal to charge consumers for add-ons that don't provide a benefit.
Oh, wow.
You got to be kidding me. Get this. The CARS rules requires dealers to get consumers express informed consent before charging them for anything. I'm going,
Boy.
This is why it's so important to vote and get involved. because a few people get involved and they just go arrest them or seize their property or go through their house and grab all their computers and phones and try to find some way to indict them and get them to shut down. This is our own government, our own federal government. You're going, wait a minute here. This isn't copacetic. It's not right. And that's why I'm so glad we have Donald Trump going back in office, because he doesn't allow all this to weaponize the government amongst its own people. That's called communism.
Yeah.
If you don't go with them, they're coming after you.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting here looking at it going, the last one got me. The car rules, it says the primary purpose, get this, of the FTC car rules is to add truth and transparency to car buying and leasing process by making it clear that certain deceptive or unfair practices are illegal. For example, bait and switch taxes, hidden charges, and other conduct that harms consumers and honest dealers. Why is it called the CARS rule? Because the rule is combating auto retail scams that cost consumers billions of dollars each year and cause honest dealers to lose business.
Okay, we understand that. I mean, we understand that there are people that do that, but what other industry don't?
Well,
tell me. I mean, I think there is in every aspect of a industry probably has that same thing.
You know what I think the worst industry is?
What?
Home financing.
Oh, that's
you make a payment, and a lot of people, you don't look at your payment; it just disappears. Look how much of it goes to interest,
correct,
and what goes to principal.
So, what about that?
And then when you make it, guess what? They get to recalculate.
Yes,
they get to recalculate the interest. The only industry. Let's talk about credit cards. Average credit cards, average interest rate in 2024 is 24.88, almost 25%.
But yet we want to go after the automobile industry
and restrict how much they can finance.
And let's go on with these other people doing okay. That's fine.
The largest employer in the world. And so I'm sitting here going, who sat in a room and went, combating auto retail scams? Here's the deal. You have a buyer's order in front of you, and if you'll take time to read the buyer's order and you see the selling price, you see your trade-in value, you see the trade difference, 6.25% sales tax. It's not 8.25% in Texas when you're buying cars, 6.25%. Your vehicle inventory tax, your road and bridge, your documentary fee, your license, title, and registration. That's it. And then on the next line down, it said added dealer products or add-ons. And then you say yes or no. But to have the government come in and go, now we're going to babysit you and carry your hand to go through this, I don't get him. And when I was talking about this on this Zoom meeting with them, they're saying, well, you're a car guy. You have to talk that way. You have to. No, hang on just a second here. There are so many tools available to the consumer for good pricing. When you get to the dealer, here's the thing. Is this the selling price? Yes, but we've added this, this, or this. Have a great day. Love your show. See you later. They're not being handcuffed or a gun to their head going, you have to buy the car. But there's so many other facets of life where these things are carved in stone. You talking about burying people and costing them billions. Let's talk about Rule 77 interest. I don't get it. But we're going after, if a buy rate is 2.9%, you're only allowed to add a point or two to the rate. But you can have a cumulative interest or 24.88 on a credit card. Give me a break. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. I'm Kurt Chase with the great one, Big Wheels Bo Carver. Maddie back in studio. Don't go away. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back. Good morning, Cousin Eddie. Love you, brother, up in New Jersey.
Charlie Davis tuned in.
Charlie Davis, brother from another mother.
Says, good morning, Kurt and Bo out there in Lubbock, Texas. I'm guessing that's where he's at this morning. How's the weather out there, Charlie? Is it getting nippy?
Boy, they were talking about how much snow Colorado and New Mexico is going to get. Whew.
Starting to get that.
Good morning to my brother Vinny, the Christmas baby.
How about that?
Sister Carol Ann,
Good
who will
morning.
be here in about a week and a half.
Oh, sweet.
Yep, get to love on her for a little while. She's not going to stay here with me. She'll come by and eat some good groceries and hang out a little bit, but she won't stay with her brother Kurt. Because, breakfast and lunch comes with that, too. It's just not good dinner. Just throwing that out
Maybe
there.
they want to sleep late. And
Just
don't wanna be
FYI.
bothered by the breakfast. Oh.
Yeah, it's always good to have family. That's why I always look forward to holidays, is just being with family and getting to love on all my nieces and nephews and hug their neck. And I so enjoy the holidays. That's why November 1st, the holidays begin.
Well, it's got a whole different feel for sure, especially, what it's all about. And as we get to the time for the Thanksgiving and to me, Thanksgiving is about the whole picture. Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's kind of entwined to me. It's
the holidays.
It's the season for the reason that makes, I think, America great, makes people great, which is the birth of celebrating the birth of Christ and what all that means. It's all encompassing, and I just think the whole flavor is awesome.
In the refrigerator.
So just remember that's the reason why I think things start getting the good feelings is for that reason.
Yeah, Wendy and her husband, they bought our house in Woodland Springs many years ago. And I'll never forget it. Their daughter came down and Tim, their dad, said, she wants to ask you a question. And the whole room was painted. Every time my boys went to church camp, I redid their room. And she said, Mr. Chase, can I paint that room? And I said, sweetheart, it is your room now. You can do whatever you want to it. I'll never forget the day she asked me that. But Wendy and Tim, we've got to stay in contact with them. Amazing they bought our house, and now we've seen their families grow and their daughters grow up, beautiful young ladies. And what does she say?
She says they'll never buy another electric vehicle.
No, that's not what she said.
She says, I can't wait until my lease is up.
Yeah, she's not going to ever lease
on my
one.
car. I will never own another electric vehicle.
She wants her Wrangler back.
Well, she's not the only one we've heard that about, and some people love it. Some of them hate it. I don't think there's a middle ground when it comes to EV vehicles. I think people either they like them where it fits their lifestyle, and then others I don't even want to never touch another one. So, Charles Davis says it's going to be 78 degrees.
Nice day,
and right now it's 64. It's going to be awesome.
I remember we had a sign in front of our house, and then here comes this big guy. He looked like Mr. Clean, big dude, Tim Fugate, and he says, you mind if we come in? I'm like, I bought that. I'm the buyer. And it's so awkward. Realtors don't even want you talking. They don't even want you to know each other, but I got to meet Tim and then Wendy and their beautiful daughters. And I just saw pictures of her one daughter. I was like, my gosh, the girl looks like a model. She's off to college now. That was quick.
And Wendy, I don't know if she's seen this or not, but let's try if we can get close here. This is the pirate. The nutcracker pirate.
Wow, here's last week in New Mexico for snow, got stuck on I-40 with all the traffic. Took 2 days to do my run.
Holy cow. Wow, that's crazy. It's that time of the year. Boy, Maddie's just turning everything.
Maddie, I didn't know I could love you more. I do.
Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let
that time of the year.
That's right. 214-787-1190. I like it whether Dean Martin singing it, Sammy Davis, Frank Sinatra. It doesn't matter. I like that song. And the wackadoodle doos tried to pull it off the radio.
Well, most of those good Christmas songs are classic vocalists from the time. Most of them probably not even live anymore, and they just had such a rich, classic voicing, and they just stick with you. You know what I'm saying? Their voice matches Christmas. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Just that warm feeling, and then when they sing it, it just you just think Christmas.
Yep.
So thank you, Maddie.
Let's talk about another great sponsor, Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. And I can't say enough that their Love It or Leave It promise is exactly what they say. Not these crazy stipulations and all this fine print. You go there today and you buy an F-150. You get home and you go, wait a minute here. I just realized maybe I should have gotten four-wheel drive, or maybe I should have gotten leather, or I surprised my husband. He doesn't like the color. He'd rather have a black one than the blue one. You know what? Take it back up. Andrew Boaz, Cameron Martin, they're going to put you in the one that you do want. Great pricing, great terms, great incentives, all under one roof. And then it comes down to the 3 Ps, the people, the process, and the product. You get all that at Grapevine Ford, home of the Love It or Leave It promise. Stop in and ask for Cameron or Andrew. Let them know you're listening to the Automotive Edge radio show. And know when you get home, if you go, hey, honey, oh, wait a minute, honey, we have 4 kids, not 2. We need a 3rd row. Bring it back. Let them put you in the one that you do want each and every day. And if you're an electric person, that Mach-E, everybody's loving it. And then the Bronco line. I don't think there's a product you can put more on than the full line of Ford Broncos. The place, grapevine.ford.com, right between Main Street and Texan Trail. They're on Highway 114. The place, grapevine.ford.com. All right, say goodbye to the popular V8 muscle cars. The last generation Charger and Challenger is gone. Now they're going to try to expedite. They're going to try to flip it because the Dodge Daytona EV, which is a 2-door, it's not a 4-door. The first release is going to be out soon, but now they're going, well, hang on. Let's get the 2025 Charger 6-pack out. And so this is a gasoline car. And you see, if you don't see, I will tell you that the EV products are stacking up. They're stacking way up. So now they're putting the $7,500 incentive on there, the taxpayer dollars on the car to drive one, and then you get their discounts, and the dealers are just dropping all the money into getting rid of these vehicles on the property. So Dodge goes, well, hang on a second. Let's just flip this around. Since EV sales are slow, the mandates are going to get pulled, and then we're going to let the consumers decide. So they have the 2025 Charger 6-pack, which is supposed to launch around the end of 2025. They're expected to bring it up quicker now to keep people coming in the Dodge showroom floor, because they're not going to come in and look at what we call electrified American muscle. They're going to have to stop using those terms. Not to say that it's a good or bad product. I haven't driven it. I've seen it, but I'll drive it and then give you my review on it. But this will feature the new Hurricane Twin Turbo 3-liter inline 6. Get this, with either 420 or 550 horsepower coming out of a 3-liter inline 6. It says, Car and Driver reached out to Dodge to ask about acceleration and time and everything. They still have not released anything as far as the specs, but they're smart enough to go, hang on a second. Let's leapfrog this vehicle and get it out, which was one of the backbones of Dodge. When you hear Hellcat and Red Eye and Jailbreak and what? RT Hemi? I want a Hemi. These things are paramount for the structure of Dodge to keep that American muscle alive and well, because a lot of it's gone. All you really have now is the Corvette and the Camaro, Corvette and the Mustang, because the Camaro's gone. Then the Charger and the Challenger gone with the RT Hemi out the door. What do? Well, they come back with the inline 6 with the new Hurricane motor, twin turbo 3.0, which you're going to be seeing in a lot of their pickup trucks. Phenomenal motor, phenomenal engine, and the capabilities will be absolutely incredible. So I am hoping to see the new Hurricane inline 6 out much, much quicker.
It's a cool name, too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, you go from Hemi to Hurricane.
That's awesome.
You got to like it. So as we get more details, we'll be giving them to you. But kudos if Dodge Stellantis sticks with their goal to get this vehicle out ahead of any electrified American muscle design. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Don't go away. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Well, it just shows what kind of knucklehead moves that the government did and mandated to where these manufacturers are having to slam the brakes and retool what they were forced to be put to do, and it didn't work, and now they're having to slam on the brakes and retool themselves to try to get back.
And their suppliers,
mm-hmm.
everything they need to build a car, and then all of a sudden you're going, who's on first base?
Right.
And so now the Democrats are telling Joe Biden, jam everything that you can in there, make it law, jam it in there. And like, hang on a second. He can reverse it as fast as they put it in.
Exactly. And it's going to be not only is he the president, but the Republicans have the House and the Senate. So there's no reason why you're not going to see some great things happen over the next 4 years and turn this kind of crap around to where it's hurting not only industries, but the American people. That's got to stop. And I think the American people spoke out about that. I think they made their voice known. Don't you think?
Oh, no doubt about it.
I mean, we're not the only ones sitting here realizing that there was problems with what the government was doing to not only the automobile business, but a lot of other businesses. And, they're going stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You're fired. You're fired.
Well, when you start telling people what they can and can't do,
it's not. Then you don't live in a free society anymore, do you?
Well, it's only advantageous to
their cause,
the lobbyists and the companies that are benefiting and are cutting all these side deals, and then you have all these new finance programs and money programs they put together, and then they slide all of this pork spending in the middle of it. Shame on every one of them. That'll take. Okay, here's the deal. Any more pork spending, we're gonna split that amongst all your checks.
I mean, who likes anybody to push you for something you don't want? Try that with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend. Give that a trial for a little while and see how that far gets you. Yep. And people don't want that. They don't want to be choked out to do for something that they don't want to do for the gain of somebody that don't care about what you think. Doesn't work.
Yep. I don't get it.
Ask a lot of people that live in these communist countries how they feel about that.
Well, the sad part is that what bothers me the most is that you elect these people, but then when you hold them accountable, they don't want to talk to you.
Well, they don't want to even answer questions. They don't act like they don't know what
all of a sudden they're high and almighty. First they were begging for your vote. Now all of a sudden they think they're someone special.
And then they act like they don't know what you talking about.
Well, let me find out about that.
Yeah.
Let me get with my people and we'll get back to you.
And then all it is just a throw off. They don't want to deal with you, and you never get the answer because they have pushed it away and just said, yeah, I'll have to get back with you or whatever. I don't understand the question or nonsense like that. And they know.
Well, if I'm coming to a meeting and I'm the one under the microscope and I'm running a department or a company, I'm going to make sure that everybody there that I'm surrounded with, well, hang on a second. Let me bring my whoever over to answer those questions. But I hear so many, we'll have to get back to you. If you'll send me a memo, we'll fill that out. I'm like, you got to stop.
And they're just all that is to just thwart you out of the way, just to keep from having to deal with the reality of what is the problem.
And my buddy Gary Coker.
That's trouble.
Yeah, my buddy.
Charles Dave says, you don't think they might reconsider keep the muscle cars now that they are probably going to get rid of the EV junk? They might retool that down the road, but not right now.
I would think that GM with their Camaro, give it a hiatus and then come back and build something really cool like they did with the Corvette.
Right.
because people want that panache. They want that cool factor. They want that wow
It's
factor. They want that.
Americano.
Yeah.
It's what we grew up with. It's what people love. That is passed down from generation to generation to generation is muscle. That's what we are as America. We're about muscle in every way. And why you want to choke that out, I don't get it.
Good morning, Dwayne Harris. How are you, brother?
Hey, good morning.
What a great purple morning, Bo, Kurt. Y'all are all that and a bag of chips.
Yes, sir. I could
Thank
use a
Gary
bag of
Coker.
chips right now, my brother, Gary Coker.
Yep.
Love you, brother.
So we got the car up and running. So we need to head to Aledo.
Well, Gary lives in Wichita Falls.
I know, but I was just bringing that
And
up.
we need to we could go up there too because it ain't that far to go there. But Aledo, it's not far at all.
Yeah, another purple brother in Aledo.
Yes. Well, he's not a purple brother.
He's not?
No, he's a French High School Buffalo. He is a burnt
so
orange.
he would be a Beaumont buddy.
Yeah, he's a
1
Beaumont
minute.
buddy. Correct.
Got you.
But yeah, we could.
Hey, Gary, whatever it is that you're doing and taking and how your life is, share that with Bo because he looks like 30 years older than you.
Well, he knows how to handle things. I don't. I'm here every Saturday morning from 8 to noon with Kurt Chase. That's why I'm looking like I am.
I've aged him over the 5 years.
Yeah, I look at me. There you go, right there.
He looked younger than me before he got on the
Yeah,
show.
I looked like I was about 40 before I started the show 6 years
10
ago.
seconds.
It's been 6 years now.
Going on 6 years, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty nutty, huh?
Wow. God's got a sense of humor.
Well, it's what happens when you
Bo and Kurt in the morning.
take that. Yeah, there you go.
Used to be. They used to have that
We would
Bo.
like to take this time
Yeah.
to say thank you for flying with us today here on the AutomotiveEdge.com
I
Flight
think it was
101.
92.5.
Please extinguish all
Bo and
cigarettes
someone
and
in the
cigars.
morning. Bo and
Place your
Kurt's
seats
up
in the
there.
upright
Oh,
position.
definitely.
Fasten your seatbelt.
Eldorado.
Please do not try to exit through the exit door.
214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Remember, if you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, always go to theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me a message. I'll call you right after the show and make sure your automotive needs are taken care of. It's just that simple. This week I was at, I think, 9 different dealerships helping consumers with their vehicles. Got to shake a lot of hands, hug a lot of necks. People were really, really happy. And I said, well, here's the deal. From now on, call me and we'll make it even easier. You don't even need me anymore. I'll make the phone call. You show up and we'll get you taken care of. I'll still appraise your car. If you go to theautomotiveedge.com, click on Ask Kurt and scroll down, there's a trade appraisal form. Fill that out, and I'll tell you what the vehicle value is and make sure that you're getting all the money for your trade. And then the rest of it is simple. But anyway, go to theautomotiveedge.com, leave me your information, and we'll help you out. Hey, this segment is brought to you by 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, and want to give a congratulations to Jason Long, who is now the general sales manager there. He got his promotion, and I got to see him and Jazz and Mark Welch, the 3 bosses yesterday. Rusty McDonald, who's running the desk there and making sure all the numbers are what they need to be. And in the meantime, I will tell you that you have, when you go there, a 2024 Chevy Colorado, $27,988. They've got $8,000 off on Suburbans and Tahoes, $16,500 off MSRP on the new Chevy Silverado, and 0 APR is available. And so you got 1.9 for 60 months on the Crew Cab RST, and just bonuses and cash and bonuses and cash. Every time you turn around, they're putting something on there. You've got the EV Blazer, the EV Equinox, the EV Silverado, 0% for 60 months, plus 1,000 Costco member discount. You've got GMC Power Shift Charger money. I mean, It just goes on and on and on. Every time you turn around, leases under $400 a month, under $350 a month on the EV products. There's a reason why they're 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year, because Jason Long believes what, Bo?
That pressure makes diamonds, but not happy customers.
That's right. There's no pressure at Eldorado Chevrolet. Show up, test drive, look, enjoy, leave, call them later, put your deal together today. And I would just tell you that next door, boy, oh boy, is he putting the money in the trades. I was blown away. I bid a couple of vehicles, and he was $2,000 higher on one and $3,400 higher on the other. I'm like, goodness gracious, they're not playing around. They want the pre-owned inventory, because these guys sell 250, 300 pre-owned a month, and they've got to keep that pipeline full of pre-owned inventory. So he is not going to, even if you just want to sell one, you got an extra car and you want to get rid of it, Eldorado Chevrolet, Justin Griffin, pre-owned manager, he'll take care of that trade for you. He's putting in all the money. The place, EldoradoChevy.com. That's EldoradoChevy.com. Together, find new roads at Eldorado Chevrolet. Together, let's drive in a new Chevrolet from Eldorado Chevrolet, 8-time Chevy Dealer of the Year at EldoradoChevy.com. All right. So we've already talked about the Trump to remove the $7,500 tax credit. There's a lot of people going, why? And my question to you is, why not? Why, when you're trillions of dollars in debt, do you want to keep giving money away in tax credits?
Well, people always want something for free, but what they don't understand
it's not free.
It's free maybe to them in their mind, but it's not free to
You're right.
the
It's just a
American
mindset.
people. Right. It's like what they want, free college or free this or free that. It may be you, and in a lot of ways, it's not even free to them if they really finally realize it. Like
they're participating too, on everybody else that's bought one.
And like we talked about the trade, or when it goes into trade, they're going to be $7,500 right in the hole, right off the bat. So you're not going to get that when you trade. And even all these other things, you're not always going to think you're getting something that's free and it's going to stay free. But at the moment, you think it is and how great it is. And then all of a sudden, guess what? We're all paying for it. I don't want to pay for you to buy a car. I barely buy my own.
Yep. Ty Gemman, good morning. He
Yes,
said,
sir.
what is LMR? LMR. I know it has to do with cars out of TMS. LMR.
Leave me ragged.
Go figure. So it's a
Good
show
morning.
for hobos. There we go. 214-787-1190. Here's something that really surprised me, but in a way kind of didn't, because I've driven it. I've been in it. I've looked at it. The Toyota Sienna. They are now really ramping up production because how fast the Toyota Sienna is selling. They're doing a 20% increase, and you go 20%. Well, that doesn't seem like a big number. It is when you're building minivans. And that Toyota Sienna, when you get in it, it is unbelievable what that vehicle can do, the capabilities of it, the roominess. We had a Sienna. We kept that thing to 188,000 miles on it, and it did everything. We had the 3 boys at home and going to sports and going here and doing that thing was so incredibly helpful as a family vehicle that we actually had just bought a brand new Tahoe, and my wife did, and then I brought the minivan home, and it's just a base model CE. Immediately traded the Tahoe. She took the minivan, drove that thing for 188,000 miles. And so I'm not surprised by this, but I'm telling you, one of the ultimate family carriers, if with a low profile, meaning easy to get in and out. We took ours to Galveston all the time, and then every time we took a family trip when we didn't have one, I borrowed one from one of my sponsors to take it to the coast, throw that back seat down, pack that thing with the massive ice chest and all the food and stuff we needed. My son, and at the time his girlfriend, rode down together. We met the family down there, and I got to tell you, that is a world-class vehicle. But people say, "Yeah, I could never drive a minivan." Well, I tell you what,
Mhm.
some people may say they'll never go drive one. I'm just telling you, go drive one and then call in the show and tell me what you thought about it. Go to Freeman Toyota and drive a Toyota Sienna and then call the show and tell me if you're not thinking the same thing I am. But I was not surprised when people say, golly, I went to 2 Toyota stores. There's no Siennas. They are selling really, really well. And the new redesign on the whole front end of that vehicle, it's cool looking. Then you get inside and all the amenities that it has to offer, you can't go wrong. The new, here's another one, the new Honda Passport. And I had the Passport many, many years ago when it was an Isuzu product in 1997. So everything that Isuzu had, the Trooper and the, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think what the other one. Anyway, Honda had the same thing, but with a Honda name on it. And so when you opened it up, it said Isuzu Motor Company and everything on it. And so it was Isuzu with Honda badging. And I had one that ran forever and ever and ever, didn't have an issue with it. Well, it went away and then it came back. And so you had the Honda CRV, really nothing in between the CRV and the Honda Pilot. And then they bring in the Passport, which fits in that category perfect. Bigger than the CRV. You have your HRV, which is your small, then your CRV, then your Passport, and then your Pilot. And now they've taken the Passport. What's the first thing they do with the total remodel? They got that bad boy set up for off-road. Another one. It's amazing. Every time I'm getting all these articles and everything sent to me or on my online searching is all of these manufacturers, it seems like, want the off-road bad boy aggressive looking capabilities.
Maybe
never before.
Maybe they figure that the way things are going that we want our
more
road,
people want off the grid.
Yeah, our road that want off the grid. They go like, yeah, I want to be out of here.
Yeah.
That's could have something to do with it. Plus, who knows how the things are go with the people's this road and bridge and all that, and how it gets to the point where the roads are not so great.
Well, I thought about living off road, but I started watching that series Tin Cup.
Oh, really? Is it about like that for that?
Cool.
Really off road, huh?
It's off the grid, and they walked outside one day, and there's this massive blue line running around the property, and if you stepped over it, you burn up.
Whoa!
You haven't seen that series?
What's it called again?
Tin Cup.
No, I haven't.
Tin Cup.
I have to check it out.
It'll get your attention. It will rattle your cage. And I went, maybe living off the grid is not such a...
Yeah, it could be a real issue.
I want more of that city survivor mode.
Yeah, kind of mixture, right?
That's right. But here again, I found 6 new vehicles from the Land Cruiser to the Range Rover to the Nissan Rogue, the Nissan Kicks, the Pathfinder, the Honda Passport, where they are really pushing off-road. Get off the road and have a grand old time. And they're putting unbelievable suspension, automatic four-wheel drive system. A lot of these are coming now standard all-wheel drives, and the capabilities, then all the options with the roof racks, and you can put kayaks on it. And it's incredible that for some reason in 2024, going into 2025, the big push with SUVs is off-road usage. And I'm impressed with how they look. I love the aggressive, completely redesigned total look of what these products look like, especially the Toyota Land Rover. We're going to take a quick break. We got a whole lot more. Your questions, our answers here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show on 1190 KFX are part of the iHeartMedia Network. Don't go away. Big Will Bow will be right back.
We're talking about muscle, like muscle cars and stuff. But when I see a lot of these vehicles that we're talking about off-road, you're talking about muscle. I mean,
Oh, it's called Teacup, not Tin Cup.
Oh, Teacup.
You got to watch that series. You'll be hooked.
It's on Netflix? All right, we'll check it out.
Yeah. It's
on Peacock.
on Peacock.
Yeah, we don't get Peacock, I don't think.
I'll give you my login.
All right, cool. What I was going about the muscles, like these vehicles, these SUVs and things like that, like we've seen in, like the Ford dealership and some of these cars, some of these vehicles like that, they're muscle. I mean, they're got the big wheels and all that, to me, that's almost more muscle than what we consider a muscle car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
I mean, all the off-road that they can get and do and how they look.
And then a Raptor pulls up. You're like, whoa.
There you go. Right. So
Yeah.
most manufacturer has that kind of stuff now. And I think people love it. They want it.
They do.
They like the look. They like the muscle of it. They like the wheels, the tires, the grit, that just, God, look at this vehicle.
Well, look at their commercials. You see that guy driving down the road in a Subaru,
right.
and he looks over his daughter and smiles, and he heads off into the woods.
Exactly.
And they wind up on a lake, and I'm going,
yeah, exactly.
And then you look at the new Land Cruiser, all these different products that are coming out, and every one of them, they're showing these things tearing up the desert.
Mm-hmm.
You see them, they look at each other and they nod, and next thing you know, they just hang a left and they're on some dirt crazy road. And I haven't seen this kind of advertising for off-road uses ever.
Well, and they're good looking vehicles like you go like, now that's something that I'd feel really comfortable driving on the street.
I was telling a buddy of mine, I said, you know what, you take it out and you go mudding and you just do everything it'll do and you bring it up to trade it in. They're going, wait a minute. No. That's what you advertised it for. Exactly. Now give me the money.
Yeah, no doubt. And there's going to be people want those too because of how popular they're getting and how great they look and the performance of them.
No doubt.
Nothing wrong with that. That's good moves on their part, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I just I don't know. I'm not one to I've never been a off-roader. I've been off-roading before. I've gone mudding with some of my buddies, had an absolute blast, been stuck numerous times where they promised me their truck could get us in and out of this place.
And it didn't?
It didn't. And then you're sitting there, and back in, we didn't have cell phones. You're going, we can't get out of the truck or we're going to drown or we're going to sink in the mud like quicksand.
Well, there's just been enough stuff along the way that I remember that where people had a vehicle like that might have saved their lives. I mean, I can't think of any particular thing right offhand, but when we've had, storms and bad weather, ice on the roads and, flooding and different things. I mean, if it saves your life one time or gets you out of a bad situation, would you consider that worth it?
Well, yeah, but there's really a misnomer. When you have a big 4-wheel drive truck, you don't want to be on the ice. You'd rather be in a front wheel drive car.
Well, I got that, but
but here again, there's a lot of pluses when the weather's bad. Having a big off-road 4-wheel drive in certain situations, no doubt about it. Or having the ones with the automatic electric all-wheel drive.
Right.
But and a buddy of mine said, so if you had the money, would you buy your really cool off-road and go off-road? And I'm like,
no, because you're a guy for speed.
Yeah.
You just buy something larger and better to go faster.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine spending this kind of money and then coming home and cleaning it and going, oh, crap, look what I did to this vehicle.
Well, you don't have the excitement for doing that.
Yeah.
You have the excitement for speed. And that's why that we have those options.
214-787-1190 is the number. Yeah. Is that Michael Bublé?
It's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you.
Sounds like Michael Bublé.
Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Is that who that is, Maddie?
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Maddie doesn't even want to talk.
She's
Look
getting worn out.
She's in another world.
She's
214-787-1190. This segment of the show is brought to you by Classic Buick GMC Arlington. Go see our buddy Jermaine, and he's got some 24s remaining on the property, and he wants some bad boys gone. And I got to tell you what, if you haven't seen, if you're in the mood to do some SUV shopping, go to Classic Buick Arlington and drive the new Buick Enclave. I've owned one before. I didn't know they could make it nicer. man, did they hit this thing out of the park. I'll be actually I got to see the vehicle, but now I'm doing the ride and drive on Tuesday, and I'll get you all the pictures and everything. If you're a friend on Facebook, I'll be posting it there, and then I'll be posting the information again on the Automotive Edge Facebook page as well. But from the Denali to their full line of Buick to the big electric Hummer, and now the all-new Buick Enclave, the place, classicarlington.com. That's classicarlington.com. Go see my buddy Jermaine. You won't meet a nicer guy. I mean, this guy has fun managing a dealership. Brings all the good, positive mojo. We've talked. I had him on the show. I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times, and what a cool cat to do business with. The place, classicarlington.com. Check out the new Buick Enclave. That is a must-drive if you're in the luxury SUV line. That's classicarlington.com. So a ton of questions are here. One thing that I want to do is I want to give you my top 3 picks for the week. One is the GV70 from Genesis. That company just keeps knocking it out of the park. I'm a very visual person. Not only is it good looking, it rides and drives and handling the inside is cool. The sound system, cool. Everything about the car for me, when you walk up and you look at it, you're like, this is cool. You get inside it, this is really cool. Then you drive it, and it gets really, really cool. One of my top picks, the Genesis line, I think is going to be one of the most impactful lines. As long as they stick with, 90-10 ICE to electric, they're going to kill it. Next is the Ford Maverick. Now, here's a pickup truck, 3-cylinder truck, coming in at $23,900. The reason the small mid-sized trucks went out is because they were so close in price to a full-size truck. So when you bought a Ranger XLT and then you bought a base model F-150, you're almost at the identical same price. So it didn't make sense. So the Rangers went away. Everything went away except for the Tacoma and the Frontier. Now they're back. And the reason being is because there's so much of a larger spread between MSRP on an F-150 and a Ford Ranger where they put this Maverick into place, and it is killing it. People love this truck because even with a 3-cylinder motor, this truck can do so many basic things. And 8 of the people that came to me that bought Mavericks are all still in their Mavericks and love it. Does everything they need. And the other one is the Lexus TX. This thing comes in at $55,000, and it's got a usable third row. There's so many products out there. The third row is just, for me, it's just useless. You can't put, adults back there. You can put the kiddos back there, which they don't recommend. They always say put the kiddos in the second row seat. So some of these are, I don't know what you use the third row for. This TX Lexus, which is their RX 350, is the cat's meow for a third row luxury product. At that price, anything that was in that category with a usable good third row was in excess of $80,000. So starting at $55K, the Lexus TX, those are my top 3 picks. And then one thing I want to hit real quick while I'm thinking about it is I had a bunch of people ask me what I said about tires. And I told them that winter and performance wear out much quicker than all-season tires because they put certain treads and designs on them for bad weather. And when you don't have bad weather, you just have hot, dry surfaces, then those things are going to wear out quicker. They weren't designed for that. And so if you want a tire that's going to last longer than others, every bit of research that I did, all the tire people that I talked to and spent about 3 days on it are all season tires. And they're good for anything. They're a highway tire. They're good for the rain. They're good. I mean, they fill multi-purposes and they're going to last longer. So I don't know that I wasn't clear on that, but I did have 4 people go ahead and understand what you were saying about tires. So I don't mind coming back and telling you it's the all-season tires, especially here in the great state of Texas, that are going to last you much longer than if you're going with a performance tire. Now, on some cars, you need performance tires.
Can you get performance, or what we'd call, I think, for speed or performance in a all-season tire?
It's two complete. You either get an all-season tire or you get a winter tire, or you get a high performance. But there's
like in smaller or like profiles, sharp profiles, like that.
well, when you put your car in, it's going to give you a listing of tires. Like
Yeah.
when I put my car in, they're all performance
Right.
tires.
Okay.
When I put my other car in there, it just came up all season.
Right.
And so, and then another thing too is if you put your information in, depending on your demographic, it's going to give you a whole different listing of cars.
Okay.
But to find a performance all season, there are several vehicles out there. Michelin's one of them that has a performance all season radial tire, and you're going to pay for them. Thing about it, the tough thing about tires is you don't get to test them.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing is you spend the money. An average set of tires now $1,200.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, well, you know,
You've experienced that before.
You're going to have
too,
some quick depreciation, and then you're going to have to put something else on your car. So I say, if you enjoy the way your car rides,
a lot of times you say it's best to really get what originally came with the vehicle.
yeah. And I have some people
seems to be the reason why they got that particular vehicle on there.
Yep.
I mean, the particular tire on that vehicle, that it works better.
Well, I have a buddy, every time he buys his new Jeep, he immediately pulls the tires. It doesn't matter what's on it. He's pulling the tires.
For what reason?
And then I got another buddy, he buys his new truck and he takes it down. The first thing he does is pull the tires. And he is so brand loyal with one style of tire.
I got you.
I'm going, wow, you're not even going to wear them down. And nope, I don't even want them on the truck. I'm going, you got to be kidding me.
That's really anal right there.
For me, and like you said earlier, I've gone and switched tires, which I never had. And I pull up and I go, hey, guys, it's going to work. Now you have a used tire. So you're going to pay that depreciation. Then they're going to give you X credit to flip another set of tires on the car. So if you like what's on there, if you can't find them, you want to get as close to, unless you're just brand loyal and you don't care. But when you first drive it off, it's kind of like when you clean your car. You give that thing a good bath of scrub. You spend hours on it and you drive it. It drives a whole lot better for some reason. It just feels so different. Same thing with a new set of tires. You have a mindset. I got brand new tires. I feel good on the road. I'm safe. And then those tires start to wear a little bit. And you're like, wait a minute, where's that noise coming from? What's that sound? What's that feel? And it's your tires. So tough decision when it comes to tires, but stick as close to the tread. If the car is driving well and handling well and you're rotating your tires every oil change, every other oil change, and keeping them aired up, you're going to be surprised how long they last. If they worked out, I would kind of stick with that, because once you put a new set of tires on there, even if you go down the highway and come back, it's a used set of tires. And so they'll pull them off and they'll clean them up and they'll rack them and sell them as used. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. You know what? I asked this question the other day. Would you be comfortable without a driver in the car, an Uber, Lyft, or taxi? And what do you think the numbers were for or against on 100%? For.
I would say probably against.
Yeah. It was 20% said they don't care.
Right.
Now, a few of my buddies said, well, if you're inebriated, it doesn't matter.
Well,
like they just want to ride home.
Well, that's even safer if you don't want to get in and drive yourself. I mean, if that was the only option I had,
well, sure.
That if I was in a place and I had too much to drink and then there's nobody out there driving, it's going to be just a self-driving person or situation, then okay, I'll get in. But that's not what I'd want. That's not my first pick.
Yeah, for me, I want someone driving.
I want somebody to talk to and keep me awake so I can get out of the car when I get home.
But you know why people said they would love a driverless car? There's two reasons.
Why?
They don't know who the weirdo is driving, and they don't want to know the weirdo to know where they live. And they keep using weirdo. I'm going.
You talking about a person that they don't know?
Yeah.
Well, there has been some issues with that. You know, there has been some times where people have done some criminal stuff that have been drivers for a organization and have done some criminal activity. So there is that.
Yeah, they're going, it's cool that we'd have a car that you just swipe your license or type in where you need to go, and you're gone. You don't have to worry about some stranger in the car and them knowing where you live. Those
Sure.
were the two big deals.
Well, I get that.
Well, it makes sense.
I get that. Yeah, I do.
All right. We will get to your questions coming up. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Don't go away. Quick break. We'll be right back. Maddie didn't even tell us 1 minute or 30 seconds or nothing.
I know she's getting upset at us, I guess.
She won't even talk to him.
Tired of us for the day. I
don't think Maddie likes me today.
Well, she was doing good. We did something to turn her off.
Yeah, we did something to make her mad. What'd you do, Belle?
I'm sure.
You're what?
Reaching for the phone.
My parents called me.
Oh. That's all right.
And I wonder
They
if I ever
can't hear you right now. The radio, the music. They checking in on you, making sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I was listening, but I had to take a call real quick.
That's all right. That's all right. It's all good. We just want
Good
to
morning, Janice Henry. Thanks for joining us here on the Automotive Edit Radio Show. Jim Wagner is back with us. Charlie Davis, Yokohama Geolander tires have been the best I have found to wear good and good mileage out of them for your trucks. There you go. I remember, when Yokohama came around, I was like, Yokohama is a big deal.
Yes, sir.
Big deal. For me, I was always Firestone and Michelin.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, my brother's a big Michelin guy. I think that's what he's got captivated into. And
I remember having them Firestone with the raised white letters.
Oh, yeah.
And there was actually this product you could use because they were raised, and you could color it and keep it nice and white. Yeah, buddy.
But you know what? I haven't seen anything other than black walls on anything forever.
On my first Challenger, I did raised white letters. It looked cool.
How long ago was that?
2015.
That's what I'm saying. I've not seen anything like that in any car in a very, very long time.
See, I like it. I like that old the logo on the Firestone.
All right.
And it was always cool, raised white letter back in the day. And then you had, I'm trying to think of some of the other brands that were really, really big back then.
It's just, I don't know. I think because of the wheels have gotten more definitive.
Yeah.
That they want to have the wheels be more attractive or
be more
focus, and then not the tires.
Yeah, I agree.
And that seems to be working for the most part.
It's funny. I was looking at a car the other day, and I'm going, my gosh, those are like the ugliest wheels I've ever seen on a car. And she starts laughing. She goes, why? She goes, well, it's my husband's right behind you, and those are his favorite. I looked at him and goes, thanks a lot. And he goes, I paid a lot for those. I was, hey, you know what? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, buddy.
No doubt.
He goes, you really think they're ugly? I said, I know the first thing my buddies are going to do is pop these wheels off. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, do you have the old tires and rims? He goes, I do. I said, you'd be best to put them on and sell these outright because they're of no value. And he goes, I don't know whether to say thanks or punch you. I was like, well, I'm just telling you like it is, buddy. These are
whichever way you want to go. It's still a fact.
I know my buyers, and I haven't seen too many sets of wheels like this. And she's over there dying laughing. I'm like, you're not helping here. And he goes, so these aren't worth anything. I said, they don't enhance the value of this car. But you got a nice car, a nice truck. It's a clean truck. The miles are right. Everything's right except for the wheels. And he's just looking like.
Yeah, he was loving it, but hated the fact that nobody else did, right?
He goes, well, Kurt, I'll take your offer. He said, but you owe me big time. He goes, why? He goes, because she's going to hold this over me, what come out of your mouth forever.
30 seconds.
That's probably hurting him more than the wheels.
It was. He was like, I can't believe you said that.
Charles A. says, yeah, back in the day, you could always get white wall tires on the vehicles. Now it's just black wall on everything. But it's...
Well, it was amazing. In the day, there's a lot of people got white walls and they flip the tires. Right?
Well, a lot of times that's how the tires were manufactured. And they would say, you want them black or you want
Yeah.
white
White walls or raised walls.
Right.
You know what this is?
That's the Jackson's. Jackson 5.
There you
You know, when you had those double tires where it was white walls on one side and black on, you'd have to get in there and paint the white
Oh,
because
yeah.
you could see it underneath. Did you do that before?
Oh,
Have you ever
sure.
done that? Get under there and paint the white walls after they put the tires on?
go. Sure.
Because you didn't want to see it underneath that there was white there.
That's right. 214-787-1190 is the number. That's 214-787-1190. Remember, for all your automotive needs, the end of the year is, 45 days away, 50 days away, whatever it is. And you're looking to make that end of the year purchase, go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number. And let's get you started now. There's so much cool stuff that's on the marketplace now. The new 2025s, a lot of them are already here. A lot of you haven't seen them or driven them. Take the time now to test drive. Don't wait until the day, and then you've waited all this time. You're all anxious, and you get in your car, and you go, oh, my gosh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And let me tell you, that happens to me a lot. I hear all these new press releases and everybody talking about this product and that product. And, man, I get all fired up, and I go and drive, and I go, what just happened? I didn't get it. But on the other hand, I've driven some products that would never be in my driveway, and I'm going, holy cow, did they knock it out of the park? I would own this car. So spend the time driving. Remember the 80-10-10 rule. 80% is driving. If you're not driving that car for at least a half an hour, 45 minutes, you don't know what that thing is going to do for you long term. Whipping it up and down the highway and getting caught up in that new car smell is not the way to buy a vehicle. So take your time, slow down, and enjoy it. And right now, the discounts are massive. When you look at what Grapevine Dodge is doing, the lowest incentive they had was $9,000 off MSRP, the lowest. And then you look at Eldorado Chevrolet, $16,500 off. Go to Classic Arlington and look what Germain's doing on discounts. I mean, they're massive. And as this inventory is depleting, it's not as though they're ramping up at the manufacturers, because there's been thousands and thousands of layoffs because they don't understand the direction they need to navigate. Now you got a new president coming in going, this new Green Deal, baloney. $7,500 tax credit, baloney. EV mandates, baloney. And now the manufacturer's like, ruh-roh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got all these suppliers. We need to be ordering this and this and this. We're not. And it's just a sad state of affair, but it's going to get turned around very quickly. But start your shopping today. Just shopping. What does a total redesign do to the resale of a current model? Great question. When I was running dealerships and a product would come in, and I'll never forget when I was working for Mr. McDavid, when he owned David McDavid Honda, and the new total redesign Honda came out, and people were pulling up, and I'm going, man, if you'd have been here a couple of days ago before this new release come out, and it was actually hurting the resale value of the car anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. What do you mean? Well, yeah, a month ago this car would have been worth 17. Now it's worth 14. Whatever that number was. Now it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're at a dealership and you're buying a new automobile and somebody tells you, well, it's the old model and it's really depreciated, pack up and go home. Don't stay there and buy anything. It doesn't matter. Condition and mileage. That's what makes the trade-in value worth what it's worth. It doesn't matter that they don't make the car anymore. It doesn't matter that it's been totally redesigned. None of that matters anymore.
Well, I think even in a total redesign, it's not so totally redesigned that offsets what the other one was. I think back in the day there was, but I don't notice it that now. Do you? That it's that drastic?
It's not. It's first thing that I do, I don't walk up and go, oh, well, the F-150 has been totally redesigned. That just killed it.
Looks like a whole different vehicle. Like,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's not quite like that.
Because I still open the door and look at the mileage.
Right.
First thing I do is look at the mileage, and then I go around the vehicle and look on how well they took care of it with that mileage on it.
And the quality of most of the cars now from one year to the next are always good, still good. You know, the newer models, that what they're doing to these vehicles and how well they're made, all the manufacturers are putting out good product.
Yeah, they are.
So it doesn't matter if it's 24 or 25, it's going to be a good product. It's just going to be newer.
And remember this, if the SARS, which is the sales annual adjusted rate, is 16 million, guess how many pre-owned they're going to sell? 3 times as many, 48 million.
Right.
They sell 15 million new, they'll sell 45 million used. So there's always this massive, massive demand for pre-owned vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be fooled. If someone tells you, well, because of the new model, walk out the door, leave. Don't even let them go any further because they're not telling you the truth.
Right.
It's all about miles and condition, period. How long in the loan before you can refinance for a better rate? Well, I can't answer that. How much did you put down? Where are you on book to value? And that'll tell you. But a lot of people, if I buy a new car, how soon can I trade? Nobody can answer that. Are you paying your TTNL? Are you financing the whole car? Are you putting 20% down? Are you putting 30% down? I always tell people if you're putting 20% down of cost plus TTNL, you can trade anytime you want.
A lot of people have just certain time frames, like every 3 years, I just want to trade, or 4 years, or 5. You know, they got certain mindsets about their years, and I'm just going to do it then.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. It's all in what you paid for the vehicle. Next question, certified or buy a used car and then buy the warranty? Flip a coin. For me, I'm going to buy certified. If they don't have certified on the lot, obviously you got to buy an extended warranty. You should buy an extended warranty because the cost of service is going through the roof. But for me, I like the certified avenue because 2 things. One is they have to bring this thing up to a phenomenal standard. When they're certifying a car, it has to hit a really high standard in order for them to put certification on it. The second thing is they're going to put a warranty on it, and you're going to get a special rate on the financing, where the average rate on pre-owned right now is at about 8.5%, 8.25%, where you can get an almost average new car financing. And then you have a car that you know they ran through the shop and that thing is jammed up jelly tight. So for me, certified is a phenomenal way to go, because the other thing too for me is there's a much bigger separation between certified and new.
When did certified really start kicking in?
Gosh,
10 years ago?
Oh, longer than that.
Oh, really?
Probably
Okay.
16 years ago.
But it's gotten more prevalent, hasn't it?
Well, when I was managing Jim McNatt Toyota Dodge, and we certified our vehicles, we had a company called Lemon Busters who was hired by the manufacturer to inspect our certification.
Gotcha.
So they'd come out at any time and go, I need the keys for this, this, and this. And they'd have you had to give them your certification papers. And then if it didn't pass, they would pull the certification. And they'd go right into the system and tell the manufacturer, this car doesn't hit certification.
Wow.
You had to send it back to the shop to make it right, to put it back out on the lot to sell.
Well, there you go.
So there's no playing around with it. Let's see here. Do you get the same price on a car if you order versus buying one on the lot? Maybe. Are you buying a car that going from 24 to 25, probably 25 is going to be more expensive. If you're going apples to apples, oranges to oranges, it'll be the same. The only thing that's going to be different is going to be any rebates or incentives or APRs when the vehicle gets here. Are they still the same? So you can't order a car and lock in a rebate and incentive for a car that's going to be coming in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months from now. GM did that for a while right before the virus hit, where if you ordered a car, whatever was going on then as far as APR, you locked it in. So if it was 0 APR and that car came in 3 months later, you still got 0 APR. Great, great marketing tool. Now the prices are pretty much the same, whether you order or buy one that's on the lot. If it's the same year, same model, the only difference is you got to wait and see what the rebates and incentives or APRs are going to be. Let's take a quick break. 214-787-1190. Get things wrapped up here and get you on your way to making your car buying shopping experience simplified. Here on the Automotive Edge Radio Show, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, never mind. We're going to keep rolling. I don't know. Oh, there she is. Yeah, back in the day, you always had white wall tires on the vehicle. Then it went back black on everything. Yep.
Well, again, I think the wheels is the one thing that really took over because there's a lot of different looks and wheels. You know, you don't like the black.
I had a buddy that spray painted the white walls. He did. He didn't want mine, so he sprayed them.
Well, don't blame him.
They didn't have Sharpies back in, or he'd have Sharpied it.
Yeah, that would have been a better option. But, you know, it's just things change along the way, and wheels became a big factor. You got the chrome, you got the black, you got all these different looks of wheels. And
yes,
we have a caller on hold.
Okay.
That hopefully, you know, you get the kind of wheels you like to go with the black walls, because that's about all you can find these days is black wall tires, which I'm fine with because I like to make the tires shine. I like the tire shine. I know you don't like it as much as I do.
Well, I like it where it looks new. I don't like the bright stuff on
Oh,
there.
I love it when they just pop out, man.
You know what I used to like? I used to like the
tires-
Cadillac that had the white walls with the yellow around it.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh man, that was the cat's me out. But you had to spend a bunch of money. I remember when the Cadillac Seville came out. The first time I saw those wheels, I was like, I am in love. I just couldn't afford the car.
All right. But you know, I like that shine on those tires, baby. That especially on the black walls and
Oh yeah,
with a good set of wheels. I mean,
yeah, they got some stuff out now. You need sunglasses to look at them. I can't. I just like a good, clean look. I don't like the. I got some buddies. They have that stuff, and it's got this pad, and you set the pad on the product, and then I don't know why it never has any access or anything. Man, they wipe it on there, and that thing turns shiny black like no tomorrow.
I know.
They use it on everything. I'm like, that's a little bit much for me.
Well, I like it. I like it. And those tires, just if they look that shiny, they look brand spanking new, and it just makes your car look so much brighter. Just get a good car wash.
You like that super shine on the tires?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I just can't do that.
It just makes it look similar to the same.
Like I got buddies, they use that on their dash and all their molding and trim. I'm like, wow.
To me, it's the same deal as when you open up the hood and you see a nice, clean engine.
Now I'm a little different there. You know, I used to take and get that engine hot and go clean it and
Right.
power spray it and get all the stuff off of it, and then you let it cool down. And then I had a product to spray on there. I'd cover the air filter and then spray everything else down where it was. All those hoses were nice and shiny, and I put the towels around the edges where it didn't get on the paint or anything. And man, I used that engine bright, and that thing looked good. But never on my tires. I just like them to look new.
Yeah, well,
My got buddies just love that.
that's why people do different things because everybody's different.
Yep. 214-787-1190. You want to join us? We got one more segment coming up, and then we're going to rock and roll, go enjoy this beautiful day. I mean, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. I think
They say what the
tomorrow.
weather's going to be?
Let's look it up. Let's see.
Well, tomorrow night going into Monday is when the heavy storms are coming through.
Right, late at night.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at right is 69 degrees right now, and it feels like 69 degrees.
30 seconds.
Well, I'm just saying it does because I don't like that other stuff. Let's see. Today it's partly cloudy. It's supposed to get partly cloudy.
What's the high going to be?
73 at 3 o'clock.
Nice.
And it's partly cloudy all day.
It's a nice day. I'll take the top off and cruise a little bit.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, not a problem.
If it's running.
Yep. It runs right.
Call me if you need for me to help you start it.
Little wham to wrap it up.
Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, instead of tears, I'll give it to someone special. That Christmas,
214-787-1190. Let's go to the Automotive Edge hotline. And who do we have joining us today?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, is this Kurt Chase, the one and only?
This is him.
Hey, Kurt, I got a question for you. My name's Mike. I live over in Trophy Club, and I've got a 2019 Camry, and I know that you're jealous about my car and all, and I appreciate that. But listen, I just wanted to know, I got some tires, original set of tires. They only lasted about 25,000 miles. And then I replaced them at a tire store that begins with the letter D. And these tires have lasted, now I got 70,000 miles on my car, so they've lasted the balance of that. And the guy told me the other day when I went to just get them rotated, well, you should trade them in now because we'll give you a refund or rebate because of the tread wear. You still got some tread left.
Wow.
Versus like going all the way to the point where like I know that they need to be traded in, and I don't know, come here from Sikkim with regards to tires. So I was just wondering what your opinion was on that, if you ever heard of that before. And if so, where's a good place where you guys find is a good place to buy tires when it does come time to replace them? I just wanted to get your opinion on that. So I'll hang up and listen. And Kurt, you make some awesome chicken parmesan. We appreciate you.
That's my wonderful pastor, Mike.
Thanks for the
You know
call.
what? Driver's Edge Auto Repair is the place now I send a lot of people for tires because they're matching or beating any price in town. And then the other kicker for new tires, I have a couple people that say don't do it. I put nitrogen in all my tires. The first thing I do is I put nitrogen in them, and then I rotate them every oil change or every other oil change depending. And my truck has 20-something thousand miles on it. My tires are still mint.
Wow.
And so Driver's Edge Auto Repair, they have buy 3, get 1 free. They do
And they have
everything.
all the different brands too.
Yeah, there's not a brand that they can get and put on your vehicle. It doesn't matter. So anyway, great place to buy them. And the key for me is nitrogen and rotating them if not every oil change, depending on how often you change, to every other oil change, and your tires will be fine. And I do like your car. And I'm glad you like my chicken parmesan. That goes a long way.
We love it.
Tires and chicken parmesan go hand in hand.
Yeah, because there are places now that it's like $5 a tire. They'll put nitrogen in it. It's so inexpensive.
Well, that's
and with nitrogen, your tire monitor lights never go off when it gets cold or hot, whatever. As it go, it doesn't
up and down like regular air.
Yeah. So the air it'll change a lot. Like a lot of people, the first cold snap, everybody, their tire monitors go off in their car and they rush over to these different places that are doing free air checks. Well, if you put nitrogen in it and rotate your tires properly, you never have to do that. But Driver's Edge Auto Repair is now the big player when it comes to making sure you get the right tires on your vehicle.
All right.
Awesome.
There you go.
Where do you go for nitrogen, guys?
I will send you over lists. There's like a dozen places around town now. Highly Accurate, Fort Worth has it. Driver's Edge in Keller has it. And I've got a few other dealers that all have it. And then we just need to make the appointment where you're not paying. They usually charge like $30 a tire, but we get it done, I think, for, I don't know, $25 for all 4 tires.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, and it works because you don't have to worry about the weather. So there you go. We'll see you at 5 o'clock today, buddy.
All right, man. See ya. Look forward to it.
All right. 214-787-1190. And thanks for joining us. Alfred, I like that name. Montalano. Wonder if I could use it. Kurt Montalano.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That sounds pretty cool.
1 minute.
There we go. Brother from another mother. Want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Automotive Edge radio show today. Remember, for all your automotive needs, whether you're buying, selling, trading, leasing, parts, service, or body shop, Go to theautomotiveedge.com. That's theautomotiveedge.com. Click on Ask Kurt. Leave me your name and number, and I will take care of your automotive needs. I'll take you all the way through the process. You'll never have to go alone. I'll appraise your car before you get there. We'll talk about your credit so we make sure you're getting the best possible rate. And be sure to share and like the show so everybody knows I have an automotive advocate out there. Today, turn off those electronics, get reconnected, tell that person you love them. Happy holidays from the Automotive Edge Radio Show. We'll look forward to having everybody back next Saturday here on 1190 KFXR. Bo, good job.
Yes, great show today, and we'll be back next Saturday morning, 8 a.m.
Thanks, Maddie. Have a good day, and everybody be safe. Hey. Did you ever double drive? One foot on the brake, one on the